Welcome back, everybody. We're getting ready for this afternoon's main event racing. Once again, my name is Scott Rain, sitting alongside Pam Hall. And before we get going, let's go down trackside with Miles Hasselquist with Corey Wills.
Down here in the pits with Corey Wills, getting everything tuned in. You've been out there doing a little practice. How's it feeling?
Yeah, man, it's a brand new build. S3 just finished up the chassis, and we got out there and had to do all the setup on it. Made about 7 adjustments, and pretty close getting there. Track's amazing. It's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, this course is absolutely phenomenal. It really makes it a driver's course, so these small adjustments make a huge thing. So exactly what are you doing? Shocks, doing a little testing and tuning there, or what's going on?
Yeah, pretty much all suspension. So the setup that was on it, like I said, it's a brand new build that we did. So we raised the crossovers up some. We took and played with high speed, low speed, and did some tire pressure adjustments. And I think we've about got it money. It's about there. It's getting fast.
Yeah, the elevation change here at Mid-America Outdoors is awesome. I mean, the high banks, the jumps, so you have to really fine-tune it for a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's a totally different track, and everyone should experience this track. It's totally different, and it'll test your setup.
Absolutely, and just with everything that it has here to offer, it's great to see you out here racing with us.
Yeah, we're really excited. I came out here the last 2 times just kind of studying the track and seeing what setups work, and we felt like we got a little grip on what needs to be done, and we're going to test and see if that theory's accurate or not.
Well, only one way to find out, so best of luck, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Well, thanks, and we'll send it back up to you guys.
Awesome interviews yesterday done by the whole crew here at Mid-America, out talking with the drivers, getting some information on them, seeing if they have any tricks up their sleeve. But we are here for round 2 of the Mid-America Outdoors Side-by-Side Championship Series. We're headed into the main events. It's exciting. We walked over, well, didn't walk, but we went over to get our lineups, and lots of drivers over there getting ready to line up, and they're ready.
Well, we kind of touched on it just briefly this morning, how the difference is between morning's racing and the afternoon, and what happens at that little break. All of a sudden, the intensity amps up like 50%,
right.
Seriousness 100%. This is the points. This is what the guys are racing for. Big giant purse. So what is it?
$375,000
year-end
in
purse.
Total cash payouts over the 8-race series.
So don't tell me the guys ain't thinking about that. So
right. And our next race is actually going to be here on Memorial Day weekend on May 28th and 29th. And then after that, we will be here on June 18th for round 4. Then July 14th through the 15th of Visions Week, it's round 5. Then we'll go Labor Day weekend, which is actually the anniversary weekend as well here at Mid-America for round 6 of our Side-by-Side Championship Series. October 1st will be round 7, and then the October 29th will be during our Legends of the Fall week, which will be our finals for the year. That will be our final race in round 8.
Scary weekend, Halloween, yeah.
Super exciting. But on the line right there, you can see that is our Expert Turbo class. We will have 17 cars take off the line, and we have in the number 1 position number 1 was 444 of Mickey Schroeder. And then the number 2, well, we can just go through the lineup here if you would like to, Scott, because we have the numbers here with their first initials. And then so we have the 88 of Christopher Smith. Then we have the 14H, which is, so sorry, guys. 14H is Harley Holland. The 894 of Austin Braden, the 73 of Pablo Jimenez, which he actually took a tumble in the heat race.
That car is messed up right now up in the pits.
He's not up there. Okay.
Making the call.
And then the 88 of Christopher Smith, the 47 of Rusty Pipes, the 13 of Jonas Fisher, 31 of Matt Hecker, the 81 of Ian Lean. Then we have the 261 of Grant Stephen, 43 of Justin Barug, 917 of Kendra Hoop, which she'll be racing again later on, the 909 of Eric Vaughn, the 222 of Jeremy Farmer, 27 of Cash LaCroix. He actually had a little issue, too, in the race. He had a fuel line come apart, or not apart, but a fuel wire come off. So that's why he did not finish the heat race. And then we have the 479 of Christopher Welch. So it's going to be an awesome race to see here, our race number 1 of our Expert Turbo class. And I believe Mr. Cash LaCroix, he's only 13 years old. He's the youngest one out there on race course.
And it's funny because also we got James Cantrell and Larry Orth both cheering on Cash right now. So they're checked in. And now that, I brought it up a couple of times on the first half of today, if you're home watching us, let us know where you're watching us from, whether it be in your garage, backyard, grilling out.
Exactly.
Whatever it may be, let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering on, and we'll do our best to call you out when we're able to. But here's the thing, is it looks like our flagman's up on the ridge, just in about 100 feet in front of the starting line, getting ready to throw that green flag. Also, here's the thing that we never talked about. If you're at home watching us or wherever you are, take a picture, hashtag it, throw it on Facebook, throw it on the social medias, and let us know. And we got somebody watching the social medias right now, and you just might see yourself up on our website or our Facebook page or whatever it is. So
yeah, make sure you tag at Mid-America Outdoors or hashtag it as well, because if you do at Mid-America Outdoors, that definitely pops up a priority of people that do social media. And so when they see it, they sometimes share those posts and get your name out there and who you're rooting for.
We talk about Mid-America Outdoors, and we also talk about Mid-America Off-Road, and it's two separate things. So to cover the whole gamut of this facility, it's Mid-America Outdoors. So hashtag or at Mid-America Outdoors this afternoon, and let us know where you're watching us from, and let us know that you're having a great time, because we sure as heck are in fantastic weather.
Great weather. I'm excited that it's not 18 degrees like it has been before. So we are watering the track. You can see the dust that the water truck is actually picking up right now driving. So watering the track is definitely going to be key for the races. I'm not sure if we're going to do it between each main event, but it would be kind of nice for the drivers if we do.
Oh, how about this? We got somebody checking in already. We got Trey Thornton. Homer Thornton here watching from Baton Rouge, missing the MAO race weekend because my wonderful wife got us Garth Brooks tickets tonight.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be a great concert.
Yeah, it's a worthwhile trade-off. Yeah, okay. Then we got Jackson Farmer says, let's go GLP racers, Jeremy and Jonas. So let's go, yeah. Thank you so much. And you know what? Here's the thing, Trey. When you get to that concert, hashtag or at Mid-America, Mid-America Outdoors, and let us know how much a good time you're having there tonight. So we'll make sure that everyone knows not only are you watching us this afternoon, but you were at a concert as well. So
he's going for
have
Ian.
A great time, man.
Looks like he's going for Ian.
Here we go.
All
Green
right.
is out for the first main event of the afternoon. Going into turn one. Who's going to get the hole shot?
So the hole shot award is sponsored by HMF.
It's going to be, let's see, I can't see a number. What's the screen tell us?
Austin Braden, the 894 is what I believe just popped up. Who got that hole shot? We will confirm here momentarily. But you can see the dust is already kicking up when they come down that horseshoe. They are going into that Talladega turn right now, as you see on screen.
The thing is, they can't put water down where the blue groove is. All you're going to do is make a grease pit. So they're throwing water down everywhere else, and the wind is going to dry this track up faster than the sun. Yeah,
and it's warm today here as well. It's supposed to be up into the 80-degree weather today. It looks like, I'm not sure who that was. It was kind of off course right there. It looks like a red car.
Boy, Cash is sure popular. We got Kim LaCroix checking in from Guntersburg.
I'm not sure. I've never met Cash's mom. That might be Mom.
Oh, well, I'm not.
I haven't met Mom, so I can't wait to meet her, though, because her kid is a hoot. Oh, we have somebody upside down in the water. That looks like it is the number.
Boy, how did that happen?
12?
Yeah. Boy, vantage point is not possible at this point yet.
Not sure what that number was. Upside down, though, in that off the side there.
Boy, here they come for the first time down that long backstretch. The smaller tabletop jump, there it is. Here they come towards that large tabletop, the 80-footer.
And that is the Ultimax Spillway. We had them up here earlier talking about their belts.
Tell you, they're not hitting it real hard, but they're still clearing it. That's what's really interesting. What's going to happen when they start? What's going to happen when they start getting aggressive?
That's where practice definitely is in play for everybody. Round one, they were not able to practice due to the rain, and the course was just so muddy. But
here they come completing lap number one. Who do you have, Pam?
We have 1, 2, and 3 coming in close.
It's the 894, it looks like.
So that is the 894 of Austin Braden in that number 1 position, the 444 of Mickey Schroeder in that number 2 position, and Ian Lane in that number 3 position in the number 81. So it's a Can-Am in the top 4 positions right now.
Boy, there's some tight racing. They're side by side going to that right-hand turn at the bottom of the hill. We may have a new leader, and it looks like we do, yes.
So that would be Mickey Schroeder in the 444 that just took over that number 1 position. Some exciting racing on course right there. You can see on screen here.
Here's where things get kind of funny. You're doing the race call. I'm kind of watching a little bit of what's going on. Miles Hasselquist checks in.
Oh, goodness. They are down right here on the other side of us, but they cannot hear us, so that's why they're watching it live down there.
Oh, you know what? Here's a good. Jackie LaCroix checks in and goes, "Yep, I'm Mama. I will claim him if he's behaving himself there."
Oh, I haven't seen him get out of line yet, Jackie. I've been around him a little bit. Rode with him on the plane to Moab as well. So
Jackie, you're too cool.
All right, thank you, Jackie, for clarifying that. Can't wait to meet you. All right, Cash LaCroix, it looks like saying he's in the number 11 position. I have not seen him come through, though, so I'm not sure he had a little bit of issues
Has he completed
earlier.
lap 1 yet?
No, he has not.
I wonder if that's who's upside down.
No, because his car is red and black. That was definitely not his car.
Was it yellow or orange?
I believe that was a Can-Am upside down. He's in a Polaris.
Here comes our leaders down that backstretch. Tabletop 1, here comes tabletop 2. Little bit of lift, easily clearing the 80-footer.
So
and how about we got a pass in the air? Yeah, third place to second.
Awesome. That would be Caleb Edmonds.
Jackie also says, don't worry, she'll be at the next race.
Awesome. Can't wait to meet you for sure.
So great move on that backstretch, that 80-foot tabletop, passing in the air. That is so neat to see.
That is awesome. So that is going to be in that number 1 position just now going through is the 444 up Mickey Schroeder out of Texas.
81 moves up in the second spot. I'm sorry.
Ian Lean in that number 81 in second position. Austin Braden 894 in third. And that would be Caleb Edmonds in the 4th position. And then Christopher Smith in 5th. Kendra Hoop is running in that 6th position right now.
And a little bit of maneuvering going on right now behind us. The 43, couldn't tell the number. The number plate was actually bent, so we got 43 trying to move up 1 spot.
And the 43 is Justin Barube out of Sherman, Texas. Lots of Can-Ams in this class. There's only, let's see, we have 12 cars in class. We only have we have 2 Polaris and 1 Yamaha. Everybody else is Can-Am.
Oh, man, we got a great battle going on right now. Right behind us, as there was a pass for position going up into the hill right by the hole shot area.
Okay.
But then I repassed them back down at the bottom of the hill.
And then it looks like they were just battling up on the Talladega turn as well. Looks like somebody was off course right there, doing a little bit of a turnaround to get back on course. So now the 2 cars battling it out right here, they are going into the rhythm section right here. So they are entering into that. You can see the difference of right there on the left-hand side. You can see the car use the left-hand berm of it. You can either go left-hand berm or the right-hand side of that.
There's the
we're
first
looking at it
tabletop,
left and right, but if they come up to that turn, you have to kind of check up a little bit if you take that inside line on the left as you're approaching it. Taking the right-hand side berm actually will keep your speed a little bit as long as you take it just right.
So that 80-foot tabletop is almost the perfect distance.
Yeah.
For these guys. The guys that don't want to go for it still land very close to the edge. The guys that do go for it, landing perfectly. And if they really want to go for it, as the white flag is coming out for our leader.
And that was Mickey Schroeder in that number 444.
Easy command right now.
Ian Lane just came through in that number 2 position. So positions have not changed much so far. 1, 2, and 3 are still the same. Mickey Schroeder, Ian Lane, Austin Braden. And on screen is the 894 of Austin Braden. Awesome drone footage of him right there. He's coming down, just went through the HMF hole shot area. What he'll be doing right now is when he's on that straightaway, did that little bit of jump, he's now going into the Talladega turn. It's a great view right there to see how it shapes out on course. Even though this does no justice for the incline that they have.
Oh, geez, no kidding. This is one of those deals where you have to be here to witness it, just like drag racing and the burnouts and NASCAR and the speeds, just to see the elevation changes.
Exactly.
This place.
Exactly. And these guys are doing, I believe, for 4 laps.
Well, white flag is out right now.
Expert
So this
turbo.
was fast.
So, yeah, they're doing 4 laps.
And we got a car pulling off the track rather early, the 222 in the Can-Am.
222. That's the car that was upside down earlier. So that is Jeremy Farmer. So that is awesome to see him at least back on his tires.
Is Hoop on the podium so far?
Hoop is right now, however this is taking place here. So timing is kind of doing its update because we do have 2 timing loops. So until they come through and get that checkered flag, it's kind of bouncing around here right now. But it looks like we're going to momentarily have our first place come through, the 444 of Mickey Schroeder coming around shortly.
Yeah, checkered flags in hand. All he has to do is peek around the corner.
He just now went over the ridgeline ridge. Coming into the checkered flag, and now he just crossed. So awesome job, Mickey Schroeder, in that number 1 position.
Our first main event winner of the afternoon, the 444s. Second across the line will be
Ian Lane.
Ian Lane in the 81 Can-Am, and real tight third and fourth across the line in the 894 and the 88.
The 88 is Caleb Edmonds.
And who's the final podium
Caleb
position?
Is your
895.
Scooby. Caleb Scooby.
Mm-hmm. No, but who's the
I'm sorry.
third spot on the?
Austin Braden.
Okay, Austin.
Yeah, 894 of Austin Braden. All right, it sounds like we have Miles down there ready to do a interview. So down to you, Miles.
So Mickey Schroeder, you're taking your gloves off right now. It looks like you're in that top spot for your race. It was a great race. There was a couple passes in the air, lots of action all over this Mid-America Outdoors race course. The elevation change here is absolutely amazing. They were talking about the course when you guys were out there racing. Just a great day by everybody out there. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, this course is like no other. It's always awesome. Little wet just from water in to keep the dust down, but other than that being slick, I mean this place never disappoints.
Yeah. So, what was it? How good was that pass to get you up front?
I just knew. I mean, being right behind him with eating mud and only had so many tear-offs that I had to make that move pretty quick and get in front of him, or I was going to have to hang back one or the other to be able to see.
Yeah, like you were talking about the mud. It's for the dust, obviously, but yeah, the tear-offs, you looks like you ran out of those, but you had enough to get you here. So, again, congratulations for that top spot.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much.
Well, another great race. This is just our first main event. We still have racing all afternoon, so be sure to stay tuned in, and we're going to throw it back up to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And once again, congratulations. Our top 3 finishers all on the podium. Nice job. Great first race, and you know what? We already got our next race at the line, so let's hit that lineup.
All right, our next race on the line is the Amateur Turbo. So it looks like we are going to have 14 cars go off the line. Actually, not 14, because I know my son's not racing, so we'll have 13. So we have the 613 of Jacob Mangus, the 82 of Justin Moore, the 39 of Sean Murphy, 56 of Jason Nichols, 41 of Lee Knowles, the 57 of John Calagrew, 99 of Jason Jones, the 6 of Morgan Vanover, 314 of Katie Thomas, the 369 of Andrew Allison, the 447 of Cooper Stewart, the 321 Hank Hall will not be taking the start line. Then we have the 93 of Carl Arknow and the 24 of Zach Vector. So we have 13 cars for sure taking off the line. It's going to be an exciting race. This is a great race. The amateurs, some younger kids out here racing in this class for the most part, learning so they can move up to that expert class and then the pro.
They're all looking towards that future.
Yes,
and
they
again,
are.
as I look at our screen here, Larry Orth is checked in, cheering on the LaCroix family. Andrew Leon says hi. Larry Orth says head up, Cash, great job. Also, Amanda Mulligan has checked in twice. Let's go Moore and let's go Papa Lee.
So Papa Lee has to be Mr. Lee Knowles.
Yeah.
And Justin Moore. It's awesome. So thanks for chiming in and cheering on your favorite racers.
There's
your
a
family
great shot
members.
camera shot from one of our drones of the starting line. Brand new structure that they're not quite finished with yet, and I'm sure it will be by Memorial Day weekend. Again, that is our next race here with the side-by-side Off-Road Nationals. As we get ready to go, Memorial Day, that's going to be fun. I have a funny feeling that Jason and Brad got something up their sleeve with that Memorial Day theme. I have a funny feeling something's going to be going on.
Well, you know, it's only growing here at the park, everything. And they are off the line. So earlier, we didn't mention this, but let's see who actually is going to get that hole shot first off.
Into the corner is going to be pretty much, unless they come out, oh, man, Blue Groove Weapon.
So close.
Just across the line, tire to tire.
Sean Murphy in that number 39 out of Claremore, Oklahoma. Super, super close.
It wasn't so much going up the hill, but going into that tight left-hander, they're kind of bumping and burping around, and I think that Blue Groove played into.
On the screen, there were some people bicycling going into that right-hand turn before Talladega. Lots of dust going on up on the Talladega turn, but at least there is a slight breeze where we can definitely thank Mother Nature for because we want a little bit of a breeze to get that dust out.
I got a question for you. I've got Sherry Hunt asking, why is not Hank out there on the course?
Well, unfortunate. The knuckle that's attaching the drive line of the Polaris that he's driving, it broke. Yeah, the drive shaft, it broke. And didn't have a spare part because this car was actually raced last weekend by Colin Truitt in Rush, Kentucky. And that happened out there. They changed it out there. And it's a lot of work to get that thing changed out when there's, not enough manpower here to get that done. So everyone's been working hard, but that would be why he's not on race course. But that little jump that you were just watching on screen there is the part that I was talking about. You can take the left-hand side, and you have to kind of check up to get over it because it goes in directly into a left, or you can stay on the right-hand side and use the berm to make you go into that left-hand lane.
I'm telling you, Pam, right now, watching these cars hit that the 80-foot tabletop, you could tell it's a straight shot. It's level going up to it, so you could tell who's got the shock setups and who's got it working. Just by the way they fly through the air.
Yeah, so they have the two tabletops. The first one's, like I was saying earlier, is a little more smooth, and that second one.
Wow, nice run for our top three right here as they cross the line. We got past for the lead right at the line.
Start.
So 6:13 will retake the lead. So actually, will be the first time up front.
Yeah, because Sean Murphy had it. So Jacob Mangus in the 613 in that number one position, as we just now saw him pass right going through the start-finish line.
Man, that was a nice move, and it was on the outside. He came all the way around the outside of that final corner right before the finish line and made the pass as they crossed the arch.
What's really cool is on screen, you can see them when they're doing the horseshoe, and then they're going into the Talladega right now. That will be Jacob Mangus in that number one position going into the Talladega turn. That one they can take a lot faster. It's not as flat as that first horseshoe turn that they do right off the start. So we have in that number one position, Jacob Mangus, the 613. Then we have the 39 of Sean Murphy in that number two position. Lee Knowles is in the number 41 in that third position. Fourth position, the 57 of John Calagrew. In that fifth position is the 82 of Justin Moore. That is our top five right now. They're right now on screen. They are exiting the rhythm section.
Yep, the long straightaway going into the back section. Going up to the top of the hill, coming down, you'll see they kind of burp just for a second right there.
And then they're doing the creek crossing right there. So Cooper Stewart and that number. So right here, this turn that Andrew Allison. No, I'm sorry, Jacob Mangus is coming into. You can see how he took that left-hand side. They have to check up for it. Later on in the race, just watch what happens with the drivers. Or you
where the moisture is. Whoa! Our leader. Oh, he broke. Our leader broke. The left rear broke off the car. He nosed it real bad off that tabletop. Slammed down.
Yeah, right here on screen. It's showing it right now.
Yep, he landed so hard in the back section off that tabletop that it looks like the left rear, everything just broke right off. Maybe it was a wheel only. I don't know, but
I'm not sure.
Tough break for our leader.
Jacob Mangus will not be coming through in that number one position, obviously, on this lap. We do not have hot pits here as well. That's one thing that some short course races, they do have hot pits. He does not. We do not have that here. So that will be Lee Knowles, the number 41, now in that number 1 position. And in number 2 position is Sean Murphy in the number 39.
I believe that was 57 that's moved up to that 3rd spot.
Oh, yes, it is. John Calagrew is in that number 30 position, the number 57. He's out of Ohio. He is running a Can-Am. So right now the top 3 are Can-Ams. We only have 1 Polaris in this class. And Justin Moore is running it. He's in 4th position right now.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stay neutral because I did I did drive the Polaris R last night, which there is not a class for Polaris R yet, but that was fun.
Yeah.
It's fast. I was really shocked at it, but I did take it on the drag strip. But you can see them right there on screen right now. They are in that rhythm section.
Now that's actually going away from us, our vantage point from where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll climb that hill right here. Excuse me.
And we do have, well, it says Andrew Allison, he just went through. We have 2 light timing loops. So back in the back 40 over there where you can see the lake, there is a timing loop over there. So it is doing the split times as well over there for us. But Lee Knowles is out there in that number 1 position, and you can see that right now they're in the Ultimax Spillway area. So it is showing what position they're at on screen, but you can watch the live timing as well. Like I said earlier in the day when we were doing our heat races, you can go onto the Mid-America website, go into the MAO short course side-by-side series, and then click on race results. And that's
our leaders
are
are coming by, taking the white flag, and the battle for 2nd and 3rd has really heated up since the last time by. Nose to tail, swapping back and forth, and now coming down the hill to that right-hand turn. And I have a funny feeling we're not going to see anything until that back section and those tabletop jumps. That's where we're going to see it.
So they're all getting the white flag right now. Next time around, who's going to get the checkers? We'll see if Lee Knowles stays in that number 1 position.
I think unless something catastrophic happens, I think he has it. But right now, we're watching. Actually, I'm watching 2nd and 3rd.
Well, we saw what happened to Jacob Mingus. That was very unfortunate for him.
He just slammed. He knows it probably like that crazy of an angle.
Yeah.
But when he landed, it just slammed the back end of that car down and just snapped off that left rear. That's going to keep him awake for a long time, I think.
I'm not sure where he pulled off race course, but
I haven't seen him since that happened, so he might be already on off the hook. He could have driven off. I don't know. It was hard to see. It's out of our vantage point. But the battle for the 2nd and 3rd is still going on. Here they come into that back section. Here comes our leader down that long straightaway. 2nd and 3rd right behind, probably about 2 seconds. But here they come. One final shot. Down that long straightaway, up over the first tabletop.
What happened there? Somebody did a little spin out at the bottom of there.
That's our 3rd place car. That's our 3rd place car.
That spun out?
Yeah.
That would be not Lee Knowles. That was John Calagrew was in 3rd position earlier.
Because the checkered flag's in hand. First came around that corner cleanly. They 2nd and 3rd went up the hill, did that left-hand turn, disappeared out of my sight, and only 1 car came out.
Yeah, I saw it on screen here. I was watching
So here comes our winner, checkered flag at the line.
That will be Mr. Lee Knowles in that number 41.
Here's 2nd place across the line.
Sean Murphy, the number 39. Can-Am.
And did you say there was only 1 Polaris?
There's only 1 Polaris, which is now Justin Moore in the number 82, showing he just came across the line in 3rd position.
In the last podium spot.
And then 93 is Kyle Arknow in the 4th position, and Cooper Stewart 5th. Jason Nichols 6th. Morgan Vanover 7th.
Boy, until you take that checkered flag, anything can happen. It looked like everybody was pretty comfortable in their positions. Second and third are a nice battle going on, but our second place car just disappeared off.
But remember, these guys, they're not done yet. So they have to go up to our tech pad. You have to weigh. You weigh before you go on the track. You weigh when you come off the track.
Post-race tech?
Yes. So they all have to go there. Every single car has to go through that. And it sounds like Miles is sitting over there right now with Mr. Lee Knowles in that number 1 position. So let's hear what you have to say, Miles.
So we're down here with Lee Knowles, fresh off the track, wiping a little bit of dust off your face. That was one heck of a battle, wasn't it?
It was. It was a heck of a ride. Heck of a ride.
So there was passing in the air, there was passing on the ground. I mean, this is what it's all about for some awesome short course racing.
Good, clean driving out there. Those guys are awesome. There could have been a couple of times we could have taken each other out, but we both have respect for each other and taking it easy and taking our path when we can get it.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun to watch, so thank you for putting on a great show. And to be in that top spot, you just have to be really proud of yourself.
Yeah, I can't say anything more than Super ATV, Mid-America Outdoors, Raceline Wheels, Maxxis Tires, all of them. I couldn't do it without them. Love them all. Thank y'all.
And you said Mid-America Outdoors. You're one of their ambassadors, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm one for the 2020 season. I couldn't be more honored. I don't know what I did to get it, but I'm thrilled.
And you're on top of the box, so you're looking good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lee Knowles, congratulations, top spot. Have a good one, buddy.
All right. Thank y'all.
So we'll send it back up to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And again, congratulations to our winner. It's always a great way to spend a Saturday night here at Mid-America. We got some important people to talk about real quick before our next race. Who do you have, Pam?
So the people that support the park and support this series, we have Nitto Tires. We have MRT Tires, 360 wraps, which you'll see everything here that is wrapped by 360s. A lot of the race cars are also wrapped by 360. Raceline Wheels, Ultimax Belts, Gates, Maxxis, Super ATV, the Oklahoma Ford dealers, Hammer Mill Metals, and HMF they are sponsoring our Whole Shot. So you get a Whole Shot award from HMF if you get that Whole Shot. So it's super cool. And then in all of the class, or the Expert NA class, the Raceline is sponsoring free set of wheels to the winner.
Oh, they're doing that again?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I was informed that it was every race.
And they're not cheap.
So that's
like buying a truck tire.
I like
or a truck
Raceline
wheel,
wheels.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So we great companies that are backing the series, backing the park. You can come here. They have Raceline wheels on display in our pro shop. You can go up in there. You can buy Ultimax belts. You can buy parts for your Polaris or your Can-Am if you break an axle. They have spare parts up there.
It's like walking in an off-road warehouse that's for
that
UTVs.
looks like Cabela's.
Yeah.
With an amazing restaurant attached to it.
And the coffee shop upstairs.
The coffee shop, yes. I think it's called Family Friends. It's a really good coffee shop as well. So the amenities here alone are awesome.
Which leads into
everything.
Memorial Day weekend. Bring the entire family. Dad and maybe one or two of the kids, or all the kids could be racing while Mom is up here in the pool with the really young ones not able to race yet. There's all things going on and everything. I mean,
very
it's
true.
all inclusive. It's absolutely all inclusive.
Exactly. 100% agree with you on that. But we are going to move into our race number 3, and this is our 179 through 12 class. So we have the number 3C of Case Beeman out of Enola, Oklahoma. The 71 of Kennedy Singleton out of Cowota, Oklahoma. 91 of Mia Cotto out of Burleson, Texas. Then we have the number 18, Anson Caraway, in a Polaris Ranger or race Polaris out of Blue Ridge, Texas. The number 37 of Damian Shamblin out of Burleson, Texas. The 228 of Paxton Yoshimoto out of Depew, Oklahoma. The 112 of Connor Stowers out of Catoosa, Oklahoma. The 06 of Tillman Ewing out of Tulupo, Mississippi. Then we have the number 56 of Avery Sides out of Sanger, Texas. The 57 of Caden Graham out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The 52 of B.A. Smith out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 112 of Connor Stowers out of Catoosa, Oklahoma. And then the 110 of Mason Cotter out of Norco, California.
And you timed that perfectly because there's the green flag and
go.
they're underway. The first little kids.
They're so tiny. It's so cute to see them. That was my favorite class to watch always. It still is. And I think it's because these kids are always so excited for it. Now, I'm not sure about where the whole shot is, if they do the whole shot for the 170 class, So I'm not sure where that marker would be, like we do have for our larger classes.
You're watching the kids make it into turn 1, and right behind them I'm watching their dads and their
moms.
spotters. Well, okay. Tearing down right behind and finding that vantage point for the spotters.
Super cute. You can see all of them on screen right there, all making their way around. They go back on the Ultimax Spillway and do those tabletop jumps as well. As you can see on screen, they do get some air as well.
We got a question from Carter Aaron. He says, go through your preferences on ideal setups between you and I, what your preferred setup would be and what mine would be. But we'll get that. That's a great subject matter. We kind of touched on it earlier this morning, but after this race, let's talk about that.
Okay.
In the bigger cars, I guess you'd say, as the day goes on.
Oh, we're losing our papers. The wind is picking up.
Oh, crap.
Here, that's why my banana has been been our paperweight today. So I can see off to the side the 613 actually is being towed off by a skid steer with a missing left rear tire. On screen, going through that Ultimax Spillway. These little kids are having so much fun out there. They do go up they don't go through the Talladega turn, and reasoning for that is these cars, they don't really have a lot of power to, possibly make that hill. I'm sure they probably could, but it definitely would slow them down. So they keep them away from that area. But when they move up into class, of course, they will be going up that Talladega turn. And as you can see, they are on one of the tabletops. We do have 2 of them back there. One of them is an 80-foot tabletop. Great drone footage right there of the little ones out there on race course. And we do have in that number 1 position the 3C of Case Beeman. Second position, number 71 of Kennedy Singleton. Number 3, or in the third position, is the 91 of Mia Cotto. The fourth position is the 228 of Paxton Yoshimoto. In the fifth position, the 57 of Caden Graham. Sixth position, 37 of Damian Shamlin. Seventh position is Connor Stowers. 8th, B.A. Smith. 9th, Avery Sides. And 10th is Tillman Ewing. Now this is the 170 limited 9 through 12 class. We do have multiple classes out there or that will be racing in the 170s. But we do have the 9 through 12. Next up will be the 170 limited 6 to 8. So there's little 6-year-olds out there on race course up next.
Oh, I'm too old for this. The wind blew away one of our lineup for the future races, and I had to chase it down the hill. It's that windy.
It is windy. It was a gust. Definitely a gust. But on screen, you can see those kiddos. They are coming. Like I said, they bypass that Talladega turn. And they will be doing 4 laps. They are on completing lap 2 as we speak.
There's the white flag.
Yeah.
White flag is coming out. And I believe that's 5, the number 5.
That is 3C of Case Beeman.
That's a 3?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And from third on back, it's a pretty tight race going on right now between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 cars for that last podium spot. And currently in third, scrubbed off a lot of speed in that last turn right past the finish line. So that just bunched them up a little bit more.
So in that third position that you're talking about is the 57 of Caden Graham.
Hey, everybody, check this out. Lauren Healy's watching us.
Oh,
it's cool seeing you, man. Thanks for checking in. He is...
he was pit crew last weekend for
really?
Von Gittin. I called him a crew chief. I don't know if he was really the crew chief.
Oh.
They're at Jeep Beach.
Oh, really?
Yes. Him and his family are out there.
At Jeep Beach, he's just hanging out. He's
No, they have their Broncos down there.
Yeah, but it was a... How's that song go? Something, 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 butt in the sand?
Oh, I have no.
Yeah.
Toes in the water?
There you go. Toes in the water, butt in the sand.
Let's see. Race.
There you go. But thanks for tuning in, Lauren. Hoping you're having a great time down there in South Florida. Looking forward to seeing you again. And the checker flag is out, and there's our winner.
All right, so our number 1 is the 3C of Case Beeman. Number 71 of Kennedy Singleton in that number 2 position. She had that 360 wrap on her pink car.
Well, before we go trackside,
Paxton Yoshimoto in that number 3 position. Man, they came by super close in class just now. So we have 3rd position, the 228 of Paxton Yoshimoto. The 4th position, number 37 of Damian Shamblin. 5th, the number 91 of Miyakato. In 6th position, the 56 of Avery Sides. 7th position, the number 52 of B.A. Smith. In that 8th position is Tillman Ewing. And Tillman's sister will be coming up racing here shortly herself.
Who's the 06? Who's the 06 out there?
That's Tillman Ewing.
Tillman Ewing, he was coming up the hill off the track, zigzagging on the steering wheel, aiming for Miles. And then as he drove past Miles, gave him the thumbs up. So,
yeah.
So let's go trackside to Tiffany Stone, who's got our winner.
Tiffany, coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Well, nice job for you, Case. How are you feeling today? Well, I know that you've taken that top spot. You had a lot of clean air. It was a wonderful race for you. There's got to be a bunch of people that you'd like to thank. Who'd you like to thank today?
UTV thing.
Well, how are you feeling overall? This is a 2nd race, taken 1. So in one word, buddy, how are you feeling?
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here. Case is feeling awesome. Case, I'm going to let you go celebrate. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Tiffany. Now we are on to our next 170 limited class, the 6 through 8 age group. The teeny tiny ones, and that's one of them I was talking with this morning at breakfast and making sure he's getting his fuel. His mom and dad were sitting there with him. He was actually having some carbs, which is good to have before a race. But we do have the number 63 of Code St. Peter. He is out of Whitney, Texas. Then we have the number 21 of Tanner Thompson, who was up here speaking with us earlier. The 47Y of Maggie Flores out of Houston, Texas. The number 11 of Luke Anderson out of Claremore, Oklahoma. The 356 of Camden Ledbetter out of Oolaga, Oklahoma. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I apologize. The 135 of Bentley Fagan out of Skikatuk. I can't remember. He came to me last night and told me how to pronounce that. Oklahoma. Then we have the number 7 of Jace Bezecki out of Collinsville, Oklahoma. The 111 of Easton Helms. We actually had an interview with Easton yesterday also. And then the number 98 of Blaine Singleton, the 22 of Caden Vanover. So they are all lined up. They're making sure they're all good to go, and then we'll be taking that green flag here shortly.
Looks like there'll be 2 rows starting with 1 car in the back row.
Well, and they all start at one time.
One time. There's no waves, yeah.
No waves. Definitely not.
Our flagman is up on the ridge just in front of the start line. And let's see. He's getting their attention right now.
I think it was
flag is down.
Skiatook, Oklahoma.
Skiatook. Flag is up. We're underway. Races on the track.
And just remember, guys, watching from home, if you don't know about this class, they are the 6 to 8-year-olds out there on race course.
Boy, the top 2 cars are still side by side. They made contact in the air right when they landed. Still able to continue on, but we have got, I want to say, is it the 21 or 71? I'm not. It's hard
21 is Tanner Thompson. He was the one who was out here talking to us earlier. Remember, he said he has 2 RS1s at home, so you know he's preparing for the future.
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of said it so nonchalantly. Yeah.
He would rather be in a turbo car is what he told us.
Oh, yeah.
But what was he? He's only 9 years old.
9.
But my kid was in a car like that at 10, so.
Yeah, I was, what was I doing at 9? Probably chores.
I was roller skating a lot. I like to roller skate.
I think I was in the farming.
Well, we have right now out on the race course the little ones in our 176 to 8 class.
Got a couple of fans cheering on Tanner Thompson right now, Brett Cox and Brian Durbin.
All right.
Yeah. Still a nice tight race up front, the 21 and the 63.
Yeah, so that is Tanner Thompson in that number 1 position, the 63 of Code St. Peter. Number 11 in that 3rd position of Luke Anderson. 4th position, the 356 of Camden Ledbetter. the 5th position, 22 of Caden Vanover. So, yeah, super exciting out there on race course right now.
Yeah, the drone pilot's having a heck of a time, Matt, right now, chasing the top 2 cars. How cool is that?
Well, look, we have a battle going on the top 2. We saw another one going on the back side of it. But they are going right now into the tabletops, which I think is so cool that they get to race on those tabletops, because that, to some people, that's intimidating.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when all of a sudden you're feeling the bumps and doing this, all of a sudden, nothing.
But when you come
Smooth.
up and when you come up to these tabletops, the way the face of them are, you can't see the other side. So
There's no backside.
jump.
You can't. Yeah. You're trusting the Lord Almighty.
Yeah, right. Right. So yeah, but yeah, it's fun back there on those. I haven't hit them at race speed, but I'm sure it's a lot of fun. You can't hit them at race speed in an F250.
Sure you can.
Not my F250. I'm not doing it.
Man, the battle's really, really tight for first and second. This is a great race.
And it's still in that number 1 spot, Tanner Thompson in number 21, and Code St. Peter in that 2nd position in the number 63. But they got a race going on screen. It's a drag race. It's a drag race to the corner.
Code keeps trying that inside line, wherever it may be, and it scrubs off just enough speed that he can't quite complete the pass. Sometimes he actually is able to pull up alongside, but it's like we talked about, this isn't a drag race. You can't race to the corner, come to a stop, turn.
You see that? He did the inside-outside. He didn't get the pass, but he's a lot closer and closing in on him.
He made it. Didn't he complete it?
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
No, not yet, huh?
No, he looks like Tanner just has a little bit more oomph on him. But he keeps picking it up. It's just, sometimes what do? You sit there and you wait for the person in front of you to make that mistake.
Yeah. And sometimes you're just fast enough to catch him, but not fast enough, that extra mile or two.
Exactly.
An hour.
And he just went up over that race line ridge. It's coming down into the start-finish line now.
White flag is out. Here they come one more time around.
Oh, you were correct.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, wait, no. Code came back and got it. But, yeah, Tanner did take that position for a little bit.
Yeah, Tanner just went he's taking the corners really wide. I think he's trying to find that apex, and then coming out of that apex, not trying to scrub off too much speed, and he's actually making the turn really, really wide.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it looks like Code's pulling away now, probably a 3 or 4 car length lead.
Yeah, something like that for sure. Tanner Thompson in that number 2 position. Luke Anderson is in number 3. Camden Ledbetter in the 4th position. Bentley Fagan, 5th position. Easton Helms in that 6th position. All getting that white flag right now.
I think the hardest corner for these kids is this one right here down below us, that the final turn right after the finish line. That's where they're scrubbing off a ton of speed. Some kids have really got it figured out, and others are just like going in a turn, stop, turn, and it just scrubs off a ton of speed.
Last weekend, when they were
Here we go.
When they were racing, it was kind of the same thing. They were having some issues, but yeah, look at that.
Code will take the win. Tanner comes across the line in 2nd. Nice little entertaining, fun race to watch.
It is, and we're not even done with the kiddos. See, they have to keep their speed coming up that hill right there.
You talked to Code, was it last night in the pits, and then this morning or just a little bit ago before the break.
Yes.
Talked to Tanner.
And Tanner is one of the Mid-America Outdoors ambassadors. So Luke Anderson has came through in that 3rd position in the number 11. Camden Ledbetter in that 4th position. Bentley Fagan in 5th. Easton Helms 6th. Let's see who gets... so we had 10 cars. It looks like Jace Buzeski did not complete a lap. All right, and it sounds like we have Tiffany down trackside. She will be down there with Code St. Peter. Tiffany, let's hear what Mr. Code has to say. Down to you.
Code, a big congratulations to you. You just dominated out there, but you did have a little bit of a battle back and forth with you and Tanner. Walk me through what it was like through your eyes.
Well, at the last corner of that tabletop from the finish. I had to go off track to pass him.
And talking about that, how did that make you feel knowing that you were going to get the win right here for round 2?
Happy.
Happy. Well, I know you've got to thank a lot of people for being here, and your dad's right behind me, and he's got to be one of them. But who else would you like to thank?
My mom and dad and Red for keeping my cars running in. Car 1 for making me 2 very fast cars, and Velocity Vehicles for giving us some good good parts for my car.
Awesome. Well, buddy, in one word, how are you feeling right now for round 2 and taking that top spot in your class?
Great.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here. Code is feeling great. He's got a lot of people to thank. The day is just getting started here for the mains. Back up to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Tiffany. And I swear, you and I are having a great time up here, but I think Tiffany's having a little bit more fun than we are.
She's getting that emotion when they come off the track, and it's really fun to see, especially the kids. He said he's just feeling great, but he's feeling better than great.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the first thing that came to his mind.
I think Mom and Dad are on their way now to the restaurant to grab some ice cream for him. So, yeah.
I want some ice cream. They have some really good pineapple ice cream this weekend.
Oh, I heard about the pineapple swirl thing.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Well, we got Westland and Wayland checking in. Actually, Jim Coates is checking in, cheering on Westland and Wayland. Shake and bake.
Shake
boys.
and bake. I like it.
And then again, my buddy Jeff Wolf is checking in, one of our buggy racers from the Midwest. He's got to be in the shop working on his cars now because their race is coming up at the end of the month.
All right, we are on to race number 5 of the day. This is our 170 stock class. So that's full on, stock vehicle, right? So let's see. Do you want to go through the lineup?
Go ahead. You've got it all in front of you.
All right. So we have the number 9 of Carson Summerfield out of Oklahoma. The number 22 of Caden Vanover out of Claremore, Oklahoma. The 5R of Rossi Thomas out of Lowell, Arkansas. The 06 of Carolina Claire Ewing, which is the sister of Tillman Ewing. They are out of Mississippi. Then we have the number 75 of Michael Green out of Kawada, Oklahoma. The number 3 of Westland Coates out of Ada, Oklahoma. The number 37 of Paxton Shamblin out of Burleson, Texas. The 126 of Carson Hill out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, your favorite town. The 22 of Caden Vanover out of Claremore, Oklahoma. The 113 of Bear Medlin out of Grove, Oklahoma, which is right down the road. 121 of Hattie Cowan out of Bristow, Oklahoma. The 6R of Ryder Thomas out of Lowell, Arkansas. 122 of Blaze Medlin out of Grove, Oklahoma. Then we have the 723 of Emily Fowler out of Whitewater, Texas. And the 2011 of Aiden Ballinger out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. And the 612 of Atlee Yoshimoto out of Depew, Oklahoma. That is our lineup. We have 16 entries racing today in this 170 stock class.
Well, you know that there's family and friends of a particular driver or race team that are talking amongst each other, wherever they're at, whether it be at home, in the neighborhood, or wherever it is. Well, all of a sudden they check in with us all in a row, and they're all cheering on for Carson, Penny Sherwood, Larissa Brashears. Here we go, Elizabeth Goodell. Kick some booty, she says. And then all of a sudden, Jeff Wolf checks in once again. My buddy in the buggy class. Looks like an awesome place. The buggy's just about ready. Well, just about is not race ready, man. You better get on, Jeff.
Either they're ready or it's not.
Yeah. Well, what a great shot looking at the starting line from would be, I guess, turn 1 for these cars.
Yes, it is turn 1 for sure. They go into that right below our Talladega turn. Like we were saying, they don't go up the Talladega turn, but it's right below where they go.
So I'm trying to see if there's 2 rows, if they're going to start with 2 rows or 3 with 16 cars in that lineup. So it looks like right now they're at 2.
They should. It could be just 2 rows, so 8 and 8, because that is an 8. It's an 8 across starting grid.
Yeah. 8 cars wide.
8 cars wide.
So 1, 2, 3.
So it looks like they're getting ready to go green here in just a moment. Going up to, like, where were you saying, about 50 yards away from the start line so they can get
up on the ridge, all by himself. He'll grab the green flag. He'll look at each driver, kind of give him the thumbs up. They'll signal him back with a thumbs up. He'll drop the flag to the ground, raise it in the air, and we're underway.
And you can see all the parents on the screen. They're all getting to their cars now so they can get over to spot for their kiddos. And this is this 170 stock class.
Maggie Williams and Penny Sherwood check in. One goes, go Heston. The other one goes, whoop, whoop. Carson, take it all, buddy.
You can see it's a great shot that they're having right there. A straight-on shot. Sees them. Looks like they're flying through the section right. Like I said.
Whoa, we got a little tire hop on about mid-pack.
They are avoiding that Talladega turn on the 170 classes. And we do have somebody that did do a rollover just now at the bottom of Talladega. They are on their side, it looks like. They might, no, they landed on the wheels down, so that's a good way to land for sure. They'll make sure that the kiddo's okay. Safety crews are on it right away. Not sure who it was that actually did the tumble.
Yeah, that's just out of our visual vantage point right around the corner.
But right now you can see they're on the back straight in the Ultimax Spillway area right now.
Well, there's a lot of side-by-side racing action going on right now as they just disappeared to the left side of us. They'll come around the corner, and just a couple of moments away from coming around. There we go. Here comes our leader now.
It's a bright yellow Polaris. Looks like the front end's a
yeah, the
little
hood's flopping in the
floppy.
breeze, yeah. Tight race for first and second as they cross the line. A little bit of gap back to third.
It is Caden Vanover in that number 22 out of Claremore, Oklahoma, and then Rossi Thomas in that number 2 position in the 5R. Carson Summerfield and the 09 came through in that 3rd position. Wesleyan Coates in that 4th position. Paxton Shamlin 5th. Man, they are all coming through very close together.
Yeah, from about 6th on back, it's a tight pack.
Yeah, the 211 of Aiden Ballinger, that number 6 position. Michael Green 7th. Bear Medlin 8th. Carson Hill 9th. Heston 10th. Ryder Thomas 11th. Emily Fowler 12th. Blaze Medlin 13th. Atlee Yoshimoto 14th, and Hattie Cowan in that number 15 position. That is our race right there. That's our race course. That's our 15 cars. There were 16. I'm not sure if the little 170, I'm not sure who it is that's on their side over there.
And
not on their side. They landed on their wheels.
Our battle for the lead, as we are looking at mid-pack right now, the battle for lead is really tightening up as they disappear to the left side of the race course. Just outside of our visual.
Yeah, it's always a little scary for the kids if they've never taken a tumble before. So I saw somebody running that way. It's probably Dad running over there. Just making sure the kids are okay.
Here come our leaders as our leader crosses the finish line right now.
So that's Caden Vanover in that number 22, still in that number 1 spot.
No. Watch how they hit that corner. Nice and smooth apex. That second place goes pretty wide. Tightens the gap back to third.
The 3rd place took it a little bit tighter. Now, these cars do not turn that well.
No?
No, they don't.
Well, you're a little gal. Do you fit in that thing?
Well, if it doesn't have
You tried. Admit it. You tried.
Before it was built into a race car, I could get in it. But once it was built into a race car with the full containment seat, I couldn't fit in it anymore. But yeah, I could before it was race built. But look at that lead over there that Caden has. But it looks like
it's
that
shrinking.
Rossi is getting a little
Look
bit
at the
closer.
straightaway speed. Look at that.
Oh, definitely going to get past right here possibly. They are too wide going into that right-hand or left-hand
It takes them a while to get up to full speed to the top end.
All about gearing. All about the gearing in these things.
They're still side-by-side in that left-hand turn.
And they'll be coming into the race line bridge here momentarily. And then they'll be coming right across the start-finish line. So we'll see if Caden can keep that number 1 spot.
No, Rossi was running the outside line a moment ago. Now it sets him up for the inside right here.
Yes.
Will he go for it? It looks like he is.
Oh, they
very,
are
very
so
tight.
Close.
White flag is coming up. He's pushing the issue, no doubt about it. And it looks like we got a brand new leader.
Looks like Rossi Thomas has taken that number 1 spot in the 5R.
That was a very nice move. Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know. It don't matter because he's got the lead. Oh, and he goes wide. Coming out of that last turn past the finish line, he goes way wide and loses the lead.
That's what I'm saying. These things do not turn very well, and it's hard sometimes to turn these things. As we saw last weekend in the 170 race we had, it was so tight that the cars had to back up because they kept going into a tire because it was a U-turn.
Well, Ken, is it just the fact that they don't have a lot of steering radius, or is it the Do they run a little, like a rack unit?
No.
No? Nope. Oh,
but
check this out, the lead.
Yeah, it's
Rossi has retaken the lead on the backstretch. That tells me, A, Rossi's quick, but there's a problem with the yellow car.
Something's going on because
I don't think it's 100%.
Caden was definitely had a nice lead and then kind of let up last lap, so now Rossi has that lead right now. Oh, look at that little bounce right there.
Oh, man, this is going to be tight.
And now Caden has taken over just by a half a car length, and they're in that. See, they're going back and forth.
Here's the final turn right here, final turn.
It looks like Rossi has a little bit more.
He goes wide.
Oh, no.
Here comes Caden the inside. It's
Look
a
at
drag
this
race
finish.
across the line. Oh, man.
Oh,
Don't say it. Don't call it. Don't call it. Who do you think? Well, you're already looking at it.
I have timing in front
Yeah,
of me.
you weren't supposed to be looking.
Caden took the win.
What's the gap?
0.092.
Wow, 9 1,000ths of a second. I'm sorry, 9 100ths of a second. Are you kidding me?
That was such a close finish. I mean, that's like, we'll see if that's the best finish of the day.
Wow. How many passes on that last lap?
At least 3.
3?
At least 3.
So it looks like Miles might be talking to both drivers, first and second.
Number 1 position is the number 22 of Caden Vanover. Number 2 is the 5R of Rossi Thomas. Carson Summerfield is in the number 09 in that 3rd position. 4th position, number 3, Westlin Coates. Carson Hill in that 5th position in the 126. The 2011, Aiden Ballinger in that 6th position. Michael Green, number 75 and 7th. Bear Medlin, the 113 in the 8th position. Paxton Shamblin, number 37 in that 9th position. Ryder Thomas, number 6R in that 10th position. Heston Hess, 11th. And Blaze Medlin, 12th. And it sounds like Miles is ready down there with our winner. So, Miles, let's hear it
first
from
and
you.
second.
It sounds like you're going to have both Caden and Rossi Thomas. So, Miles, down to you.
Now that was a photo finish. How awesome for these young guns of our sport to have a photo finish here at Mid-America Outdoors. We have Rossi Thompson and Caden Vanover. Rossi, that was an amazing race. All the way to the finish, you guys were battling. That was a fun race to watch.
Thank you.
So what was your favorite part out there on the course?
Well, my dad said if I get in first place, I could earn something. Which I did get in first place.
You were really close. I think you got 2nd place, but it was so close, I'll bet you your dad still hooks you up.
Thank you.
What do you think, like some ice cream or what is he going to get you?
Well, he was going to get me this like electric tape.
That's awesome. So who are your parents and who do you want to thank?
Thank you for bringing me here.
Well, Rossi, great job. It was a lot of fun to watch, but it is going to be Caden Vanover. What a great race. That was so much fun to watch.
It was pretty fun.
It's better than pretty fun. It was, you guys were banging and battling the whole entire race, and then down to the finish. I think you got that top spot, but we're going to have to go back and rewatch it to see exactly how it plays out.
Yeah, probably.
So you're out here with your parents. You've been, you practiced yesterday. You qualified this morning, and now you just took the top spot. You got to be excited.
I am.
What is your favorite part outside of racing here at Mid-America Outdoors?
Pretty much racing.
Yeah, you just love the racing, huh? Are you going to hop in that pool later on this summer?
Maybe.
Well, all in good fun. These two young guns of the sport gave us something to watch, so it was just great. So great job to both of you. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for that. And now get back down there and we'll watch some more racing. So we'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Miles, and congratulations to those boys right now. Coming up next will be the 170s as they're at the line ready to go. So I'll turn it over to Pam, and the green flag is out. We're underway. Wow, that was fast.
Yes, it was for sure. We're getting these races on the way. We do have Code St. Peter out there in the number 63 with 36 of Riley Jones, 57 of Caden Graham, the number 3 of Waylon Coates, 71 of Kennedy Singleton, 88 of Cameron Gaines, the 56 of Avery Sides, 14 of Savannah Buzeski. 52 of B.A. Smith, which, I mean, these kids are double racing right now. The 538 of Briley Lutz. 21, Tanner Thompson. 47Y, Maggie Flores. The 110 of Mason Cotter, and the 112 of Wyatt Cotter.
Who do they think they are running 2 classes?
Hey.
Yeah, what, Carl Renazetter or what?
Seat time is seat time. And these little cars, these guys need some seat time for sure. Especially because we know that they're going to be moving into these, larger classes later on. So let's see who that is. I believe that's Code St. Peter right there coming through in that number 1 position.
He's got a pretty sizable lead, and there's a battle now for second and third. They're nearly side by side going to that final corner, that left-hander.
Yes, so that's Code St. Peter in that number 1 position. Caden Graham, the number 57 in number 2. Kennedy Singleton, 71.
Whoa, and they're a little wide in the 57.
Oh, no.
And there's a pass. He'll lose 1 spot.
So that would be Kennedy Singleton just took that spot from Caden Graham. So these are the 170 modified. You can tell that they're quicker than the stock class.
Oh,
they have done a little
animal.
bit of engine work on them.
Man, look at our leader. Wow. Talk about stretching it out, huh?
I know, right? I'm not sure exactly what all they're allowed to do. I will have a rule book at the next time so we can know exactly what all they can do. But look at the battle going on back there right now. So we have an overall shot of them, and it looks like Code is getting ready to come up over that race line ridge and into start-finish line right now. He is on a rail in this car.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just find that combination. When you find it, and then some. Wow.
And this is a great class, too. You run the modified, the regular class, but then you get into the modified class, and what you can do there is it's just, a little bit more speed. It'll give them a little bit more knowledge on how to drive their cars even harder. And that is Kennedy Singleton in that number 2 spot. She has that 360 wrap on her car. Caden Graham is in that 3rd position, as we saw right past start finish earlier get past. Cameron Gaines in 4th, Tanner Thompson 5th, Savannah Buzeski in 6th, Waylon Coates 7th.
We talk about what they can do to these cars to make them faster and things like that. Well, I've listened to Code last time by, and he's driving his car around the corner right here down below us, way different than everybody else. He is able to just come into the turn. He burps the throttle just a tick, which helps that car rotate, and then he's actually doing what we didn't think they could do. He's drag racing down to the next turn.
Well, this is modified, that's why.
Yeah, listen to him. You listen to him next time he comes by.
He's
way
right
different.
Now. He's getting the white flag already. Look how quick this race went by.
And the gearing sounds perfect. Way high in the RPMs.
And that right there, you talking about him doing that in the corner, you know what that is? That's seat time. That's seat time, that's practice, that's getting back on the throttle.
And I used to know him real well. I haven't talked to him since he started his rookie season in NASCAR. But Jimmy Johnson told me one time, brake early, accelerate early. And boy, if you brake earlier than you think you have to.
Right.
And boy, by the time it doesn't seem like it works, but by the time you get to the next turn, holy smokes, that added speed you got.
Exactly.
But brake early, accelerate early.
Which makes sense. It makes 100% sense. So Kennedy Singleton in that number 2 spot, I was just looking as we were talking at her car. Her car is a little bit wider, so that will give her an advantage of being able to not lift as much in these corners, being that wider stance on her car.
But our leader should be coming over the corner any minute now. Actually, any second, as fast as he is.
He's more than likely in that race line ridge area. There we go. Getting that checkered flag is the number 63 of Code St. Peter.
Nice job by that young guy. Holy smokes.
He's stoked right now.
And second finally comes into sight right now. And will cross the line all by herself.
Miss Kennedy Singleton out of Cowata, Oklahoma. 17.983 seconds behind Code. And they all have to go directly to post-tech as soon as they get done off track. So right now we have Code St. Peter in that number 1 position. Kennedy Singleton number 2. Caden Graham in the number 57 in that 3rd position. Cameron Gaines in the number 88 just took 4th position. Waylon Coates, number 3, in 5th. Savannah Buzeski in that number 6 position, and it sounds like we have Miles down there with Mr. Code St. Peter right now. So down to you, Miles.
Down here with Code St. Peter's winning once again this afternoon. You are on a roll, young man.
Yeah.
Are you having so much fun? I can see that smile underneath that helmet. It says you can't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm having very fun.
So I saw you talking with your dad earlier. How excited is he out here watching you have fun?
Very happy.
So you walked away with this race pretty early on and just ran a flawless race. What was your game plan?
I don't have one.
You just get out there and drive. I like your style, buddy. Well, again, you're the future of our sport. You just won your second race of today. You're on a roll, buddy, so just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm excited to see where the future leads for you.
Yeah.
So who do you want to thank for getting you out here top of the spot?
My mom and dad and Red for keeping my cars running in. Car 1 for making me 2 very fast cars, and Velocity Vehicles for getting us hooked up with some good parts.
You got this thing figured out, and I expect to see you doing that quite a bit more. So thanks again for racing with us here at Mid-America Outdoors, and we'll see you at just a little while.
Yeah.
All right, Code St. Peter's with another solid finish, and we'll get back to some racing here very shortly. So we'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Miles. Congratulations to Code. That was just, if a little guy could flex his muscles, he just did right now. He's looking like Superman, but nice job for Code. And in fact, we're going to take a moment to water the track, do a little track preparation. And as a group last night, all of us announcers had a chance to walk the pits and interview different drivers, pull them out of the crowd, pull them out of their pits, and talk to them. And here's one of those segments right now from last night.
Thanks, guys. Hanging down here with Scott. Scott, you had an impressive first run for round 1. Now we're here for round 2. The wind's kicking up. The rain already came through. What is the game plan for this weekend?
Just be consistent again. We got to finish every race to do well in the championship. So obviously get a good start, and I think we're getting some rain tonight. So hopefully it keeps the dust down, and I like those conditions, so it should be good.
And talking about that, last time we got a chance to talk, it was the very end. It was the very last race. You took that top spot, and your friend came down and just pretty much tackled you. And that's kind of the emotion that we're looking for. What does that say about MAO and what the vibe is here?
Yeah, this whole place is just awesome. Racing here last year was my first season, and had a blast. And this year we're looking to do the same and hopefully win the championship this year. That's our goal, and finish number 1.
All right, Scott. Well, we know about you and being so professional on 2 wheels, and you and I were chatting that 4 wheels is a little bit different for you. This is something that you just keep pushing and pushing. What is the biggest thing that you've learned so far about being in this side-by-side?
There's so many parts to this car, so it's not, it's like 4 dirt bikes put together. So keeping the car together has been my main thing. You can't overdrive these things where you got to be pretty consistent and not do anything crazy and not bash into guys either. So it's you got to try to pick and choose where to go for it and when to just settle back for a minute. But I'm having a blast. It's super fun.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Scott. And like Scott said, it's pretty much like 4 dirt bikes all wrapped into one, and that's exactly what we're going to do this weekend. Back up to you guys.
Down here with Kyler Holcomb. It looks like you're doing a little tweaks on the car. What's going on?
Yeah, we're making sure the engine's not about to blow up. We had to do a complete engine swap all weekend. We spent probably 40 hours working on the car, swapping the engine. We got a car from my cousins, and the radiator's new, the oil tank's new, the engine's new, the shocks are brand new. So everything was toast last weekend. But
so you're doing all this work to get ready. You're just kind of doing a little final tuning to make sure everything's good with the car?
Yeah, it actually ran really good in practice. Some new shocks, and my old shocks, I actually tuned them myself, so they weren't too good. So this is the first time we've had professional shocks on the car, and it's a world of difference. So
yeah, setup on short course is a huge deal because it's a driver's class. So some of the other terrains we race in other sports is the car can actually soak up a lot of stuff, but in short course it's tight and technical.
Yeah, exactly. I think my old suspension was it was too stiff. I was getting beat up. I feel like I'm going slow now because I'm not getting beat up driving the car. So I'm not sure if I'm going slow or if I'm going faster now. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I was going to say we're about to find out. But again, yeah, best of luck with all this stuff. I see you're just double checking all the oil on the car, draining it, make sure this new engine's going to hold up to tomorrow's racing, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Sounds good. Well, you'll see if we are out there beating Baco and calling true tomorrow.
Well, Kyler, best of luck. We'll see how it shakes out. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Miles. And, it's always a treat to have a sponsor or somebody involved, a company deeply involved in motorsports, come up and join us. We've had a couple of drivers come up here, but this is the first time, actually second time we've had one of our sponsors come up here and really give us an in-depth view of what you're doing. Dave Smith from Maxxis Tire. And we've been talking about tires today a ton. And that seems to be a big, big issue this weekend.
Tires and rims definitely make a huge part of this particular track because the track is rough on tires and rims. We see a lot of riders come off the track with either a cut rim or a cut tire. So we have a lot of time. We're up there. We're replacing tires with our brand. We're replacing our brand. No matter how you look at it, as long as we're getting something fresh back on their car so they can get out and race, that's what they need.
So is it a rock situation? Is it the abrasive dirt? I mean, what is the biggest thing you're facing this weekend?
It would definitely be the elements. It would be the rocks. It would be the speed of the track carrying into the turns. And then as well, we also have the nature of these guys don't like to stay apart from each other.
Oh, yeah, that contact thing. Yeah, okay.
That open wheel racing.
So what do you as a company, what do you think of this facility?
I was one of the first big vendors to come out here 2 years ago when we found this through another racer. He had us come out to the track and check it out. I fell in love with it immediately, and this was back in their infancy stages. Every time I've ever come here, more and more and more development happens. So to see the growth that we've been a part of for 3 years, as well as the sport growing in the direction it has, we're proud as a sponsor to be a part of all that.
Be one of the first ones, if not the first one, yeah.
That is awesome.
Now, what other series do you support? Because you're out there with a big rig, you're out there with a big trailer, you got a bunch loaded with tires, and I just see every time I walk by you, I see you guys on a tire machine.
Well, we do stay busy.
Especially this weekend.
Well, actually every weekend. But, this is busy for a race weekend. So we're selling our Saros brand tire, which is a popular tire for this track, as well as some other tires that fit in. Unfortunately, we go through so much inventory at a weekend like this that we're even going to some of our non-competitive racing tires to just get them on the same size.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
So we stay busy with that. And the short course and the side-by-side, whether it be endurance racing or short course, that's what we're involved with at Maxxis right now. We're making a very large push in the side-by-side industry. So we spend time at some short courses in Texas. We do some woods racing in Indiana, as well as ATV and woods bikes. So we stay very busy. Unfortunately, one of the series we supported ended its operations this year up in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
So we unfortunately don't get to go play there. But then our automotive side, we do a lot of truck racing and a lot of shows. And we're at Jeep Beach right now on the automotive side down in Daytona.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got stuck in Jay. And they're down in Daytona.
Okay. He didn't just say that. I got stuck in Jay, man.
Okay, let's weigh it out. Daytona, Jay. Daytona,
okay,
Jay.
You got me.
Okay.
All right,
I love Daytona. I love being out here. But, I raced many years of my life. I spent a lot of time down at the Daytona track racing myself. So I miss it.
Well, can you hang out with us for a while yet? Because we got our next race at the line, and they're getting ready to take the green flag, and we got a big lineup to go through. Pam, it's all you, man.
This is the Expert NA class. This is our race number 7 of the day. We have the 614 of Sean Philbin out there. The 999 of, I'm sorry, I got my thing here, Carson Vell. The 28 of Luke Safrit. We have the 172 of Lake Edwards, the 401 of Chad Mayo, 762 of Kyle Bedau, the number 12 of Alana Baker, 14, Gavin Beers, 10 is Haley Boodle, the number 37 of Patrick Shamblin, the 1776 of Braxton Moore, the 21 of Keegan Cummings, 84 of Caden Ellis, the 978 of Rick Schroeder, the 611 of Edward Mangus, the number 24 of Reese Harris, 46 of Kevin Hall, the 16 of Aaron Cuevas, the 118 of Logan Ellis, the 888 of Greg Rice, 82 of Landon Safford, which is his twin brother as Luke that I mentioned earlier. And then the number 656 of Matt Hazel. So we have 22 entries going off the line today.
That's a big feel, and all of a sudden standing here right now, it's got a different sound to it.
It does. It
It's
definitely does.
kind of cool. As the race day goes on, the sound gets a little bit more bolder, a little bit more meaner, and that just gets us going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you bring your way into the horsepower as you get work your way towards the pros. The turbos, when you're hearing them spooling down there, there's a lot to be said for it. But you can't sell these guys short, whether amateurs or even the smaller, the 1,000 regular non-turbos. They're still pushing a ton of power out there, and it's a lot for these guys, whether amateur, whether they're expert or pro.
Exactly.
Well, now are you kind of like a full service thing? They bring their tires and wheels to you, and you dismount them and remount the new ones on? Do you cut them too?
No, we do not groove tires. I don't. Our automotive side did that, like when they were at the Champ Series and things like that. When they're working on the big trophy truck style, they get a blank and they cut the groove into it. We, unfortunately, since I come by myself and I don't have a team of 13 guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm not grooving tires. You don't want me grooving tires. I'd write my name in it. There'd be no real pattern.
All right.
Well, you hear the revving engines going up. Our flag man's got it in hand. Has dropped the flag. And it's up. We're underway.
See who's going to get that hole shot. Oh, no.
Multi-car pileup just behind the trees in front of us at the bottom of the uphill.
We do have somebody upside down on their lid.
Dave, you're more than welcome to hang out with us. We could talk to you all afternoon, man.
Well,
hang out with us.
I enjoy listening.
Have you been out on the race course yourself?
I have been so busy today I have not had a chance.
Okay.
So I walked down to the announcer area down below. I spent a little time down there with Joey and Matt. And
I bet you had a lot of laughs.
Oh, that was when there was the early on when the one racer was creating his own short line through there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
It was interesting.
There was two, actually.
There was no split lane going on, but there was then.
There were a couple of them that did it. My kid was one of them.
Oh, well, no special privilege here.
No, he actually ended up breaking a U-bolt in the driveline, so.
Oh, okay. Well, my whole thing was I thought you only took the Joker lane once, and that guy was taking every lap. So.
He only did it once.
I'm telling you, Pam, our leader is absolutely on a rail right now, clearing the tabletop jump in the back section.
I'm trying to see who it is, but I think Carson Vell, the 999 of Carson Vell, is who got that HMF hole shot.
So all I could see was the blue and orange, and that really cool body style.
It is a bright one up front.
It is. It's blue. It looks like it's blue and pink. Is it
blue and orange?
Is it
Blaze orange with chrome wheel or aluminum
These
wheels.
lights are messing with my color then.
Yeah, okay. Blame it on the lights.
This
okay.
is the Florida Gator
Here we go.
I'm really the Florida Gator car. Is that what you said?
Is that going to keep
it's
it
got
on?
orange on it. So
Oh,
Max
man, he wailed past that tabletop, well over 80 feet. Yoo-hoo. He was looking at nothing but sky till he landed. It was doing one of these deals all the way over.
I know I was in that Pro R last night. I don't know if you've ever been in one of the Pro Rs, but I got to drive one. I was like, man, I wish I could take this on the track right now.
I'm never driving another side-by-side again.
No?
No.
There's a story behind that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a very big story.
Gotcha.
From second on back to probably fifth, we've got a yellow flag. Yellow. Still
I thought
that
something
incident.
happened for a second, but
exactly.
we did have a car.
There's still somebody turned there.
From the start, yeah.
It looks like they got them back on their rubber side down, but they are still going to be getting pulled off race course.
There's a great example.
That's how the yellow flag should work.
Yep, that's a great example of what is supposed to happen.
Exactly. Man, look at that dust right there. When they come down that horseshoe, it's just a big dust ball right there. But that's where we were talking earlier. That's where there's a little bit of a blue groove as well, and they can't really go water it, or then it's just like slime out
Grease.
there. Yep, exactly.
No.
So in the number 1 position coming through the start-finish line was Carson Vale in the number 999, Sean Philbin, the 614, Luke Saffert, the number 28 in 3rd position, Alana Baker, number 12 in that 4th position, Chad Mayo, the number 401 is in that 5th position. So that's our top 5 right now. And you can see them going through the rhythm section right now on your screen.
I got to call out once again. I missed it a little bit, so I told people I'd call them out if they checked in, cheer on their favorite driver. We got Jordan Berza says, way to go, Cody, from the last race. From Tucker, go get him, Beto. From Amanda Mulligan. Michelle Benton, you got this, Haley Boodle, number 10, Skid Row Racing. And Lynn Eiseminger says, go, Luke, go. So thank you again for checking in, cheering on your favorite driver. This is so cool. But here's the thing. When you do that, let us know where you're checking in from. Hometown areas or your living room, the backyard, grilling out, whatever.
Exactly.
The live streams as a spectator, make it really interesting. But what it does, the live stream also brings up with the interaction like this, you become one with the fans, the fans become one with the show. So it's a really neat aspect to bring it all together.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that. And I love that they are checking in and everything and watching it, and they're sharing it. You can tell when they're sharing it, too, because other people start popping in
Their
as
friends
well.
are the same name people, the last same names, all of a sudden, bim, 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 all together.
Exactly.
Check in. So that's really cool to see.
Looks like there's another yellow flag out there by the Raceline Ridge. I'm not sure what's going on out there, but there is a car off to the left-hand side right there.
Well, our leader comes by, same as the last lap, but that lead seems to be a little bit less than it once was.
And there is no more yellow flag right there, so they can keep their race speed going through that turn 1.
How about this? You just have a pass for third. Number 12 moves up into that third spot.
Yes, Alana Baker in that number 3 spot. Luke Safford turned in. He dropped a spot into that number 4 position.
Now, Dave, when you're watching a race like this and you see certain areas of the racetrack where it's dry, where it's blue groove up here, where it's wet down here, that's got to be a nightmare for you. It's like, how do I set up a car to handle all those conditions, or is it a kind of benefit one area to slacken another?
It really does come into play. As much as you'd love to be able to focus on every different aspect of the track, you really have to focus on the majority of the track. So is the majority of the track dry? Is it blue groove? Is it wet or grooved? So you just kind of have to focus on the faster parts and do your best out here. You got to bring your skill into
Right,
this.
exactly.
We can only do so much with the tire, but it's amazing what the guys can do or the girls can do behind the wheel of their cars.
He's getting pretty good at covering himself up here now. Remember before it was like, I got stuck at Mid-America, and all of a sudden, guys, and gals, you're doing a hell of a job covering yourself, eh?
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Cover all bases.
Well, normally I do motocross and ATV pro motocross and stuff, and when I announce, it's all guys at once. There usually isn't the mix. It's either an all-women's class or an all-males class. So
now watch the air our leaders getting off these tabletops. That last one was very nice, but this one just was unbelievable. He did it again. So not quite as far, but
yeah. And that first tabletop is the one that I said you can take it at a faster pace. The second one is the one that has that lip that will kick your back end up. But right now, I don't know if maybe the wind is a factor that's lifting their front ends or not. But normally that right there will make them kick depending on how they're taking that jump.
They're just not dumping the clutch in and giving it gas and bringing the front end down.
Dumping the clutch. Okay.
Can't do that in these cars.
White flag is out for our leader this time around. It looked like he kind of gapped about 5-6 car lengths back to second on this last lap.
That is pink, you guys.
Oh, okay.
That would be Carson.
I said pink.
So that is Carson Bell, the number 999 that just came through, has been leading the whole entire race, still in that number 1 position.
That was a perfect corner. We talked about that this morning. He came down the hill, didn't lift, pitched it like a sprint car, and rode the berm all the way around with that left rear outside.
And that's where seat time is so key. And practice when you get to a track.
I believe we've got a battle for the second and third right now.
So Carson Philbin is the 614 who is in second position. On my timing, Alana Baker is in that number 3 position. Luke Safford fourth in that number 28. And Lake Edwards in 5th position in that number 172.
Just as they ducked out of sight here on that right-hand turn, all of a sudden Alana pulls up right alongside of him. So I'm anxious to see if she was able to complete the pass down the straightaway. There's our leader going into that left-hander.
Because they are in that rhythm section right now, just exited. He's going into it.
That's a nice-looking car.
That step up right there is really fun, and it's steep.
Did she pull it off? Yeah. We got a new second-place car. It looks like Alana has actually moved up into second on this last lap.
Alana would like to chase down Carson. They want the battle of the hair. Carson has the nice long hair, the flowing locks.
Oh, is that what? Yeah. See, I'm going for that old man mullet thing. Is it working?
I'm just going for hair.
Oh, man, our leader just huge off that first tabletop.
Yeah, you'll see that they some of them check up. Like you could tell how he just checked
Wow.
up a little bit.
Look at the backstretch speed of Alana. Clears that second tabletop without a problem. What if this race went like 2 more laps? She's pulling
imagine?
in our leader big time in that backstretch. Checker flags in hand at the finish line.
Well, they have a yellow flag out right there because they still have that caution when they're jumping over that raceline ridge area.
Here comes our leader, soon to be our winner. And there's the checkered
There
flag.
it is. The
And
number-
look at the gap back to second. It has shrunk drastically in
Yes,
that
it
last
has.
lap.
Well, if you have it in the bag, I mean, you don't want to do something to possibly
I'm
lose the
building
race
up
for
her
yourself.
ego.
I
Come
know,
on.
but so Carson Vale in that number 1 position, Alana Baker number 2, Sean Philbin 3rd, Lake Edwards in that 4th position, Luke Saffer in 5th, Chad Mayo 6th, Caden Ellis 7th, Gavin Beers 8th, Kyle Bedow in that 9th position.
Jason Thompson corrected me and said, yeah, let's go Carsonville. That car is pink and blue. He probably was thinking about writing something else about me on there, but he just corrected me. We know. We caught it pink and blue for Carsonville, our winner. Also, Michael Brasino, come on, Luke. And Gavin Beers in Carsonville is being cheered on by Morgan Alexander, as well as Jeff Lees checking in from Lebanon, Tennessee. And Julie Thomas, woohoo, Carsonville.
My neighbor down in Tennessee.
You're from Tennessee?
I live in Georgia, but
All of a sudden, wait.
we're just
Where did
next
that little
door.
twang come from? That wasn't there about 10 minutes ago.
That comes from moonshine.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, it sounds like we have Miss Tiffany Stone down there with our number 1 position, Carsonville. Down to you, Tiffany.
Carson, nice job out there. It's getting a little dusty, especially coming down that horseshoe. When we saw you guys, you were pretty much driving into a pile of dust and silt. Walk us through how that was for you, especially being out front.
Man, it's honestly just got to have a feel for the car, got to know what you're doing, and just send it.
And exactly, that's kind of what you did, especially over the tabletops. We just watched you, sent it. It was amazing to see that. Overall, nice job on taking the top spot. And you've got to thank a few people for getting you here. Who would you like to thank today?
E-Power Steering, Kaiser and Kaufman Wheels, Marvin Tow, D&M Body Shop. Man, there's a lot of them. I'd definitely like to thank JD Baker for letting me borrow a set of shocks this weekend because mine didn't get back in time. Shock therapy for sure. That's about it, I think. And off-road disorder.
Wonderful. Well, big congratulations to you. Taking a top spot, right here in round 2. It's going to say a lot, especially setting the precedent for how the season's going to be for you. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll see you for round 3.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Awesome. Well, back up to you guys. It's been a great day of racing so far. We've got some more action. Stay tuned. Back up to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Tiffany. And I got to ask you, Dave, back in the day, I've been doing this for a long time, too.
Yes.
That's when BFG was involved and Goodyear was involved and Maxxis was just getting into it, and I want to say General was just getting into it. But there's all these guys in these white collars from all these companies kind of behind the scenes. They got a little notepad right there keeping score on who's doing what and what tire and that kind of thing. They all kept score all on their own. Do you guys still do that?
Well, not as much keeping score, but what we do go through an event like this, and we will, if there's, say, a field of 30 that's going out to race, we may write down every different tire that's in that class, the sizes, the different sizes that other competitors are running, to do a market research. It's more market research and a market penetration, like what's our percentage of tire that we have out there as compared to everybody else.
Well, I know you got a lot of work to do this afternoon yet, or maybe you are going to kick back a little bit, enjoy the fruits of your labors of the rest of the races going on. I want to thank you so much for coming up here. I learned a lot, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I learned a lot here with him up here. So thank you for stopping and checking out with us.
Well, we appreciate it. We love being a part of the sport. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
And you guys keep up your great work, and thanks for letting us be a part of it.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I think she was mentioning something about she's got the certain son that races out there, and he's like in need of some new rubber.
Well,
I don't know, but that kind of came up.
I will say that I wish I had more to do in the sponsorship side of things. About the second week of September to the third week in October, Maxxis.com is when we open our window for Maxxis sponsorship. And I will tell anybody who is looking to get in that avenue, work on your social media footprint. Hashtag your sponsors. Be a part of the sport. Promote the people that promote you. And the more people you can get a hold of out there, the more interesting you are to people like us that sponsor you.
You got it. And one of the best that's out there right now in the entire racing industry, I got to say it, the Deegans.
They are
probably the best. I mean, we're talking billions.
Yeah, Danger Boy
of
Deegan
hits.
is actually he is the number 1 rated super mini rider in the world as far as social media footprint. We actually picked up a young rider in almost the exact same class named Thor Powell because his social media footprint is almost as big as his.
Oh, wow.
And Thor's a really good kid from Hawaii.
Well, very cool.
Well, that's
cool.
super awesome.
Social media footprint means a lot these days.
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you so much once again for
Thank you,
coming
guys.
and joining
Thank
us.
you.
And,
We'll see you later on tonight. Unless you head
maybe.
out.
yeah,
Maybe.
twist my arm. Twist my arm.
I might be headed home tonight.
Yes.
Well,
So,
drive home safe, man.
Yes.
Good seeing you again.
Thank
Thank
you again.
Well, we got our next race at the line already, Pam, and this is where you step in
Yeah.
and take over the reins once again.
So we have race number 8 of the day coming up. This is our amateur NA class, and we have the number 431 of Bree Seek, the number 55 of Waylon Wharton, 237 of of Josie Watkins, the 432 of Dakota Medlin, the number 15 of Ashley Rowden, Ashley Rowden, the 343 of James Robbins, the number 8 of Kenneth Bloomfield, and the number 11X of John Schultz, the 420 of Luke Seller, the T13 of Tyler Chambers, the 64 of Ryder Van Beekum, and the 927 of Nick Sinkard. So let's see what happens.
Yep, green
here.
flag is out. We're underway. And a sentimental favorite I got to call for right now is the Van Beekums.
You know
They
what?
need a good run.
I don't see Ryder out there actually because he took a tumble earlier.
That red, white, and blue car's not there. Oh,
So
man.
we shall see who takes that HMF Whole Shot Award today.
237, I think.
237.
2-something-7.
237 is Josie Watkins out of Cameron, Missouri.
Nice start.
And then the second position was the 431 of Bree Seek. The third position, number 8 of Kenneth Bloomfield. Fourth, 432 of Dakota Medlin. The fifth position, number 55 of Waylon Wharton. 15th of Ashlyn Rowden. It looks like we have somebody that has pulled off to the side in the first corner.
Does that be on top of the hill? On top of the hill, looks like somebody has
in the
pulled off.
horseshoe.
You can just barely see
We have trees.
between the branches. There's movement up there, we just can't see what it is. Yeah. So we're being told that there's somebody up there pulling off the track, possible blown belt.
Which is unfortunate, but this start is definitely, it's tough. It's definitely tough on cars. You know, you got it floored because you're trying to get that whole shot award.
We got an unbelievable battle for the lead right now. Top two cars have pulled away from the rest of the pack a bit, but they are hard on each other right now.
Can you believe we only have one race left?
What?
We only have one race left
Shut
after this
up.
one.
Quiet.
Where did today go?
You've been working
I love
hard.
it.
You've been carrying it. Look at this race
been a
for
great day.
first and second.
So if it still stands, it will be the number 237 of Josie Watkins. Second position, Bree Seek are battling it out right there on course. We shall see.
We're being told by race officials right now that for our last race of the day, I'm sure there'll be some grooming going on in the track, watering and possibly covering up maybe a grader here and there.
Let's see who's coming through, and then you can finish that comment right there. So, yes, that is Josie Watkins in that 237 coming through with Bree Seek, the 431 in that second position.
So they have 55 made up a ton of ground in the last half lap or so,
Yes.
getting into the mix of things.
Definitely picked up for sure. That was Waylon Wharton. Dakota Medlin is that fourth position. Kenneth Bloomfield in 8th, and Ashlyn Rowden in that 6th position. So we have 6 cars out on course. So we did have a few that took a tumble in the heat race earlier that are not out racing right now.
And one
Ryder
pulled
Van
off.
Beekum is
Yes,
one of them. And one pulled off, correct.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
No, we're being told by race officials that before the last race of the day, they're going to be going out and working the track a little bit, throwing on a little bit more water, and giving the drivers one sight lap, reconnaissance lap, if you want to call it, one lap around. Not at speed, but at idling speed, and going back and doing the restart. So
Now, do you think they'll have a pace car to make sure people don't try to throw it up a little bit?
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing that really beautiful blue Raptor out there on the track pacing everybody.
That's Travis, but Travis isn't going to be out there.
Oh. They let
that
him
would be
drive?
great. Well, it's actually an F-150 that Texas
Is that a
Motor.
rep?
I think it's
Oh,
Texas
that's right. Yeah, it's
is
an
it Texas
F-150.
Speed Work or Texas Motor Work? They're one of the sponsors here too. Let me go on my list.
That is, and the 360 wrap on it is just beautiful. Oh man.
I don't have it written down right here, but yeah, they are.
I think you're right with Speedworks.
Yeah,
think.
Texas Speedworks, and he's actually here. He helped out with the map that we showed up earlier. So maybe while they're doing that the lap, while they're doing some coursework, we can go into putting the map back up on so everyone at home can see the live stream. But he helped me out.
Well, look at this.
That. Look at that. It's a drag
Yeah.
race down there on the Ultimax Spillway.
It's almost like the second place car right now was kind of hitting the throttle, gaining, and then backing up, and then hitting the throttle and gaining again. When you start getting the horsepower in these cars and you're gaining up in classes, you're able to actually drag race from corner to corner, you know?
And you know the other thing, too, man, they are so close right now. But the other thing, too, is the person that is in first place, they know that they have somebody on the radio telling them you have somebody on your tail.
Inside, two back, you know,
right,
kind of
so
thing.
what they're doing is they're being told, and that just pushes them harder, and that just leaves room for them to make a mistake and number 2 to go take that number 1 spot.
I got to ask you, your kid's out on the track. He's doing real well, but you know his psyche. You know how he thinks. Do you lie to him here and there when you say he's 2 cars back, but you say he's 1 car back? He's 1 car back in reality, but he's on his back bumper. I mean, do you kind of like jack him around a little bit?
You know what I've actually done being a spotter, which I'm not normally a spotter. I'm not a good spotter for my kid. Oh, you know the number 15 just went through, and they have a right front flat. The number 15 of Ashlyn Rowden, which was running really good earlier.
That is not the tire you want to flat on anything on the right side, but
definitely not.
Especially a front. Woof.
Well, and the car behind is just trying to get around, so that's when you're on the radio, like you're just speaking. Oh,
and and he's not cutting him any slack. You got a right front flat, pull off to the side, let the guy by.
Well, that's where your spotter comes in such handy to have. You want to. Oh, here's 1 and 2 on screen right here.
Yeah, the battle continues. Man, oh man, Josie Watkins still has the point, but I don't think it's been any more than a 2-car length lead that he's had the entire race.
You know, it's hold your line. That's what I always say. Hold your line. Don't mess up. You got somebody, a car link or 2, like you're saying, car link behind. Just hold your line. Run your race. Don't worry about them.
I got to ask you this. I was a racer way back when
she went on the inside.
We had no spotters.
Uh-huh.
But what the hell does that mean, hold your line? Because if my line, if you're on the outside, you maintain that outside line all the way around the turn.
Oh,
here we
there's a drag
go.
race on the end. They're going to
go
side
by side to the air.
That's the 80-foot tabletop jump. They both landed on it perfectly.
Oh, man.
Man, this is
They duck out of sight just for a moment.
This is such a good race out here today.
Well, here's the thing. We had a great race in the 170s, and now I happen to think this might be overtake that race.
And here's the white flag is coming out. Oh, it looks like Josie.
Scrubbed off the speed. Josie coming inside, scrubbed up the speed and making it look so easy. The 431 will take it.
That is Bree Seek is now out in front, but that was definitely something right there. She just took it a little too wide and slid. It's going to be a race to the finish. So we have Bree Seek, number 1, Josie Watkins in number 2, Waylon Wharton in that 3rd position, Dakota Medlin 4th. And let's see if any of the others change up in the 5th, 6th. And, okay, so 5th position has stayed the same. It's just Kenneth Bloomfield.
Yep. I may be a slow thinker, but today I think I'm really slow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got 2 women battling for the lead the last 2 laps, and they're pulling away from everybody else. How cool is that?
It's super cool. And Bree Seek, who is in that number 1 position right now, she is only 14 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, race fans, that's the future of this sport. How cool is that?
And then you have Josie Watkins, who is battling it out with her. She's only 15 years old. So we shall see. Oh, it looks like, are they close? Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were neck and neck right there going through that turn.
So they're still ducked out of our visual. We're watching everything on a monitor, but right now I'm trying to catch them
Well, they just went over the creek crossing. They're getting ready right now to.
Oh, they're still tight.
This
is it.
This is the turn that's super key right here. You can either go the outside and use the berm, or
Oh, here we
inside
go.
and
They're
check
pulled up alongside. Did we just have a pass?
See, she took that berm, and
We
don't
just
have
had
to
a
check
pass. So is that Josie back up front and pulling away? Oh, no. Is Bree having an issue?
It
We've
kind
got-
of looks like she might be slowing down, but
Yeah.
coming in second position, hey, second
Well,
place.
here's the thing. She slowed down enough that all of a sudden our third place car has a little bit of a shot. We only have, 2 corners remaining?
We shall see. We have, 2 corners and the ridge.
Oh, man.
there
Here
we
we
go.
all by herself. No doubt about it. Josie will take the win. Here's second coming out of the turn.
Oh, it looks like she has a right rear flat.
This is your leader coming up, Tiffany. This is your leader.
See? Right rear flat. That's what happened.
And look how close our third place car was at the line.
Yes, ma'am.
Tough break for the 431.
Wow. So
Yeah.
we have Miss Josie Watkins, the 237 in number 1. Bree Seek in second position in the 431. The 55 of Waylon Wharton in third position. The 432 of Dakota Medlin in that fourth position.
That was a cool race. I
That
don't
was
care
a
what
really
you
good
say.
race.
That was cool.
If
2 women battling hard on each other for 3 laps at least.
Yep.
And then pulling away from the rest of the field all on their own and to have it finish the way it was, very cool.
Well, and if Bree didn't get that flat,
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have been
Yeah.
a neck and neck finish just
Yeah.
like it was earlier.
Absolutely.
And that's where it goes back to, the flats that we were talking about, all the flats that are happening today.
Here comes another car, the 15
See,
with the
he's
right
got a
front.
right front flat.
Yeah, right front.
So that is the number 15 of Ashlyn Rowden.
Okay, Tiffany's ready.
All right. Sounds like Miss Tiffany's down there. She's going to get some good information for us because that was such an amazing race. So going down trackside to Miss Tiffany Stone.
I must say, Miss Josie, that was quite a battle between you and Bree. You pretty much took the whole shot. You guys were battling back and forth. Dust right now is playing a huge factor in seeing a few things. From your point of view, how was the track today? And obviously, how was that battle back and forth with you and Bree?
I mean, the battle was pretty good. Me and her's been battling it out all day. I've been fighting car issues all day long, so it's really nice to finally get a win in a class.
And talking about that, and congratulations on that win, of course. Who would you like to thank for helping you get here today?
My mom and dad, my sister for bringing me extra parts, my cousin, Fast Industries, Max's Tires, OMF Wheels, Digital Dave, he gets me all my tires, HMF Exhaust, ISP Seats, Simpson Race Suits, and DX Star Race Gears for making killer race suits.
Awesome. Well, I did know that Travis has been helping you out and giving you some pointers and everything like that, and especially since he's been a champion before in short course for side-by-side, so it's great to see that. Josie, I like to always ask everybody in one word, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty excited.
Pretty excited. Well, you heard it here. Of course, Josie's excited. That smile says everything. The battle between her and Bree was awesome. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with some more racing here from Jay, Oklahoma. Back.
Upgrading. It's what we do. So upgrading is what we did. Introducing the IQ equipment lineup powered by HMF. Designed for the most adventurous side-by-sides in the world, IQ equipment has the strength to tackle the off-road head-on. Bolt-on American manufactured steel. Engineered to increase strength, durability, and protection so you're equipped to handle the most extreme performance. When you're ripping through the desert at full throttle, or tearing through some of the most brutal terrain in the world, you're going to need equipment that keeps you moving at a high level. Because when you have the performance and you have the protection, you then have the confidence to actively pursue your passions just as freedom was intended to be. HMF, equipped to perform.
And we're back with our next race out on the track right now, doing a slow lap, a reconnaissance lap, just checking things out. It's the NA Pro NA class. And things, the next two races are very, very serious. I mean,
Yes,
these boys
they
are
are.
chasing that big purse. These boys are chasing the points. It's all about the podium.
It is all
It's
about
not
the
about
podium.
fourth, fifth, or sixth on down the line. They want 1, 2, or 3, and specifically they want that number 1.
Exactly. Let's go through who is out there on race course. We do have the number 17 of Colin Truitt, the 99 of Kyler Holcomb, the 41 of Jeb Boodle, the 955 of Brock Lawson, 93 of Jacob Gisendorf, the 43 of Tyler Rimreed, 95 of Eddie Ensign, the 717 of Ray Barnes, 22 of Sean Hess, the 524 of Michael Dunnigan, the 64 of Robert Van Beekum, 21 of Kanan Baker, number 9 of Jack Letourneau, the 09 of Mike Letourneau, and then we have the 71 of Toby Garmin. That's who we have out on race course, and we've had some of them that have been in multiple classes, getting their seat time for sure out there today. But like you were saying, the next two races, I mean, all the races have been exciting. Look at our last class just now. That was awesome.
The 170s.
The 170s. Their finish was neck and
Yeah,
neck.
yeah.
I mean, who would think that that would happen? But look at the crowd that we have here watching. And then now look across the race course where there are trails to go riding.
Yeah.
There are spectators over there as well.
Are there, is there a spot on this race course anywhere around it where you can't sit underneath the tree and enjoy the view of the racetrack?
Yeah, I don't.
And the view in general.
You can find a spot anywhere.
Here's
on
the
this
group
race
we have
course.
way down at the
Yep.
far end off to the left.
Yes, and we have another huge group. My guess is they're coming around like they were just doing into the tree area.
Yeah.
Because that over there, they get to watch the rhythm section. They get to watch the step up and then the tight turn over here where a lot of the action keeps happening, and then they come right directly into the tabletops.
I mean, I'm sure you've done it many, many times. You've been to a NASCAR race and you're sitting up in the Bob Uecker seats to the nosebleeds, and you got a great view. You can see the whole racetrack, and they're going by at 200 miles an hour and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Walk down those stairs, stand on the railing, and let them go by at 200 miles then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
it's a whole different animal.
It's a whole different ballgame for sure. So we are actually going to have an in-car right there. Look at that right there.
Who is our in-car camera? Who is that?
It's a nice blue fire suit. There it is.
Is Travis on radio?
He's got really nice hair. Well groomed.
Jacob Angus.
Well, I'd have to say that our next driver to come up and visit us real quick before the next race is probably one of the biggest drivers we've had up here on stage. I'm kind of testing the weight limit here. Like, damn, guy, what did they feed you when you were growing up? Holy smokes.
Oh, no, I ate everything. So.
Well, there you go.
I,
So you raced earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I
was in amateur turbo.
How was your race?
Well,
Jacob Mangus, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was in second for the first lap, and coming down start and finish line. I ended up passing for first and got a little overzealous coming across the tabletops over there. Ended up sending it over the second one.
Oh,
gotcha.
the left, is it the left rear that snapped off?
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was
me. I couldn't remember the
Oh,
name.
you were, okay, I just got to tell you, dude, you were pulling away. I mean, you had him covered.
Oh, yeah?
And you looked really cool over that tabletop until you landed.
Yeah. Well, I was going over it, and I was like, I saw the ground because it was mule kicking really bad.
Yeah.
It's been doing that forever. And I was looking down at the ground. I was like, oh, no, because I thought I was going end over end. And I came down, and about half a second, I was like, oh, I'm good. And
All of a sudden, your left rear passed you.
You were good until you
Yeah,
weren't.
I just landed on that left rear really hard.
Off the line right now. We'll go back to that in just
Hang
a
with us
moment.
hang with us for a while, okay?
Oh, we have a Van Beekum just took a tumble
Oh,
on
come
the
on,
corner.
really?
Look, watch. Well, you can't see it at that camera angle. And it looks like we have, let's see who just took that hole shot, but Van Beekum went up. He was on the right-hand side, and it just took him. So Kyler Holcomb, the number 99, just took the hole shot.
It looks like, I think that's Brock Lawson down there on the hill.
And right at the bottom, just
He's
past the
towed in.
start, the hole shot, inflatables. There's a car that's on the inside of the racetrack. And, oh, yeah, look at the front end.
They're completely towed
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And is that Van Beek? Yeah, it is Van Beekum at the bottom of the hill, isn't it?
It is Mr. Van Beekum.
Oh.
You can see right now on screen, Colin Truitt actually is now out in that number 1 position. He did take number 2 on that hole shot area, but we have Kyler Holcomb that took that hole shot award today. But Colin Truitt out front, a very well-seasoned racer. He races down in Texas as well, and so he's racing 2 different series.
A couple of years ago, Colin Truitt in Texplex, he went up a jump and forgot which jump it was and came down flat and broke his back.
Oh, yes, I remember that. His mom and I were just talking about that. I actually live like 10 minutes away from Colin. Brock Lawson, the number 955, is who we just had on screen. The front end is completely broken in there, so unfortunate that happened, but we are definitely going to.
Yeah, there's a yell going to be coming out for what took place just past the start. 2 cars are down there involved.
There are 2 cars. I can't see the second car.
Yeah, I can't see.
Oh, I see
see one. Yeah.
Oh, that's Tyler Rimreed. That is the number 43 of Tyler Rimreed. He's also in an RS1 as well. So Robert is driving off.
With the right rear
with the
flat.
Right rear flat, exactly. But so he's driving off, which is a good sign because he's the one I saw take the tumble the hardest. Tyler, you can see Tyler is out of his car. He's walking around, so he's good as well. Sure, the car's not good, or he would be getting back in it to go. They're back up to race speed. You can definitely tell in the background when they get back up to race speed. Colin Truitt has a sizable lead right now over Kyler Holcomb. So what was your favorite part of the race course?
Well, I honestly like it all. I started racing that X3 this year, and it feels like it does good around all the corners.
Okay. Do you get seat time other than racing out here?
I drive it around at my house a lot, and then we race in a place called Adrian.
Okay.
And that's where I get some seat time as well.
And where are you from again?
Lebanon, Missouri.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's fun, though, that you can drive around on your property and stuff and get some, I mean, seat time, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Well, this is my 3rd race in that X3.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to race my dad's YXZ a bunch for like 2, maybe 3 years, and then he got that X3 and he had a rough year.
Wow.
So I started driving that.
Gotcha.
This year.
Okay. I was looking at Colin Truitt was flying off of that jump, and he has quite the lead on everybody else right now.
That's a large lead.
That is like a quarter of the track, not a quarter, maybe an eighth of a track lead, but the battle. What do you think about the 80-foot tabletop? Were you taking that as fast as you could, or were you checking up before it so you wouldn't flat land on the other side?
I was checking up, but that last one I didn't. I was listening to my pit crew, like before the race. They were like, just send it over that jump. You can make it, and I did, and that's how it ended.
And that's a great battle going on screen right now.
Yep.
You have Colin Truitt just came through with a 2:04.515. Let's see who, Kyler Holcomb is still in that number 2 position. The number 99, then the 3rd position is the 21 of Kanan Baker, and it looks like Ray Barnes, the 717, has dropped down into 4th, and Jeb Boodle in the 5th. Now, Jeb took the fastest lap at the last race here at round 1 at Mid-America Side-by-Side Championship Series.
It's honestly very interesting to me that, like, you see NA cars and turbos, and their lap times are honestly pretty close to each other.
Yeah, exactly. I know, because Kanan Baker, I think it was a 158 or 159 last race was the fastest lap, and he took that. Not Kanan Baker, Jeb Boodle.
Oh, yeah.
So many names.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember everybody.
My fastest lap in my turbo is 2:10.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not near as fast as these guys.
And then what did you think about the rhythm section with their just not exiting right now?
I can go pretty faster there. I've passed maybe 3 times.
Okay.
Going through there.
Do you clear any of the whoops of the in there?
No, I don't. I don't try that. I feel like that's getting a little out of my comfort zone there.
That's where you would want to, make sure your seat time on the track and practicing it.
Oh, yeah.
But, non-race weekend if you could, but you can't actually do that. But that is an awesome battle going on right there between, I think that's second, third, fourth. I mean, that's like 5-car battle right there.
It looks like Kanan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars.
No.
We have quite the battle going on there, Scott, for like in between 2 and 7.
I'm watching the air they're getting off that second tabletop.
And Colin Truitt is out front, sizable lead. He's just not coming through the start-finish line right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just went through that back section of the track.
And he just picked up his time by a second on race course.
So he's bettering his lap time as the race goes on?
Yes, he is, at a 2:03.738. Now, he raced last weekend in Rush, Kentucky, and he actually dislocated his shoulder in the race and couldn't finish. And he's out here now this weekend racing, but he's having to wear a shoulder brace.
Seems to be working. You might want to keep that on for every race afterwards.
Right, exactly. So Kanan Baker has taken over the number 2 spot. So the number 21 of Kanan Baker, Kyler Holcomb, number 99, has bumped down into that 3rd position. And on screen there,
it's looking like he got into that 2nd place position, and he's starting to pull away now.
Well, I know him and Colin battle it out at their other racing series that they race at, but the 99 of Kyler Holcomb was just on screen a moment ago.
Caden's his driving style is a little bit different than our leader. I was watching him on these jumps that are close to the corners. He is pitching it sideways in the air and landing sideways.
That's like Pro 4, Pro 2 style.
Exactly, and the thing is that we've been talking about nothing but tires and this racetrack all day long, and he's defying the fact that these tires, everybody else seems to be getting flats or wearing them out or balding them or whatever it may be, the abrasiveness and the rocks and stuff. He's in the air, sideways coming down, and on either side and making it work.
One thing that I like to see is Carson Vale. He'll come down this big hill right here, and he'll pitch it sideways coming down the hill.
Yeah.
Where everyone else just drives down straight, and
that's what we were.
He gets he takes off like a rocket ship over that jump.
That's exactly what we were talking about when he was racing, and he was pointing that out, that he was coming down full speed and actually drifting around. I love seeing the close racing going on out there. So. Yeah, this racing out here is super exciting. Colin Truitt just went through again. He'll be getting that white flag, I believe, next time around. 6 laps, and they are on. He completed his 4th lap.
So he's out.
On screen right there, that is the 41 of Jeb Boodle. He is in that Yamaha, but you can see the battle that's going on. I'm not sure exactly who it is in front of him. All right, and there you can see right there on screen that lovely rhythm section. Not so, we've been saying like rhythm.
Non-rhythm.
No rhythm, not rhythm.
We just call those whoops.
Whoops.
How's that on your back?
If you're tied in your machine really well, you're fine.
Now, do you run a suspension seat?
No.
No? Attaboy.
Yeah, that is something we never did either.
Yeah, I heard a lot of desert racers do that kind of stuff, and I heard that they would get hot and you just like slam into the ground, into your.
Well, the thing
frame.
about a suspension seat, here's where I used to desert race actually. So when we were building a Class 10 car, where we went with that was a suspension seat isn't solid. So if you wreck really hard and your car, your body weight and everything twists, even you're gonna twist the seat.
Oh.
When you're in a full containment like a Sparco seat or, you know, those
LaJoy.
PRP or something, yeah, the LaJoy, exactly. Those are not going to, they don't bend. You're not going to twist your back and tweak your back. So.
Well, how often do you see in-car cameras of desert trucks, trophy trucks, out in the desert, going through the whoops, and all of a sudden they're up in the air, and you can see the belts tight. Then this truck's going up and down. When the truck compresses, all of a sudden there's a gap.
Yeah, and their belts.
The
Exactly.
belts are loose, and they sink down in the seat. When they sink down way in the seat, all of a sudden the
That's why
belts.
you're always tightening them.
Yeah, exactly. But we're on our white flag lap, guys.
We are on a white flag. Colin Truitt still has that lead. He has a 13.965 lead
Yeah.
on Kanan Baker.
It's called party in his pits tonight.
Yeah, so Colin Truitt in that number 1 position. Kanan Baker number 2. Kyler Holcomb in that 3rd position. Jeb Boodle 4th. Ray Barnes 5th. Sean Hess 6th. Jacob Giesendorf 7th. And Eddie Ensign 8th. Michael Dunnigan in 9th position. So Michael Dunnigan is in Arctic Cat. Definitely a different sound.
Yeah, you don't see those all the time.
No, you don't. There's not very many of those. But you can see right now Colin Truitt is actually doing, I don't know what to call that right there, but
Yeah,
there's 2 different spots you can take on that.
Yeah, I usually go inside. That's the way I usually go for that. But I've tried both ways, and I don't think either way's faster.
We actually saw a pass in there earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, between Bree Seek and JC. I think it was JC. Yeah, we saw a pass, and it was the person that took the right side, the upper line, actually made the pass. I'm trying to find my papers with that. But yeah, it was super cool to see a pass be made right there, because I'm always like, okay, do you stay up high, keep your speed, but then again, you're drifting a little.
Yeah.
But here we have right now coming through the finish line, that is Mr. Colin Truitt taking the checkered flag. He finished 2nd place out here at round 1, and now he just took that
Another
top spot.
very nice looking car right there. Very nice.
Now, Colin Truitt's dad's car is the one that my kid's been racing out here, so that's awesome. Congratulations out there. We have Kanan Baker coming in, and he picked up a 2nd. Kanan picked up a 2nd just now in that last lap. Jeb Boodle took that number 3 spot.
I've seen Kanan's car change so many colors over the years. I used to race with Kanan back whenever this was all ORRE.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've seen his cars go from black to the blue and pink one, and now it's the white and gold.
White and gold.
I really like the white and gold one.
Yeah.
Those ones look really nice.
It's a pretty one for sure. I like it. It stands out. So let's just run through this really quick. It sounds like we have Miles down there with Mr. Colin Truitt to give him a trackside interview. So down to you, Miles.
So top of the box right here is Colin Truitt here at Mid-America Outdoors. And you pulled up and you said that felt good, and that's just what it was, wasn't it?
Well, I hate to say it, but to the Bakers, there's a new sheriff in town, baby.
Oh, a little smack talking. I love it. You've been racing quite a bit. You had some struggles last week. You're out here. The shoulder still looks like it's holding up pretty decent.
Oh, she's doing good. We got her wrapped up, taped up, feeling good. And I'm pretty excited. I'm pumped. A little adrenaline, you know.
And that's what it's all about. It was a great race, but towards the end, you kind of walked away with it and had your own race.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole shot, but I made a pass real early on. I was able to set a pretty fast pace and just kind of race my race and went on. And I noticed I had a pretty good lead, so I just kind of backed it off in corners and saved it.
Yeah, kind of put her back into that cruise control spot. And like I said, smooth as fast, and that's just what you did. So who all helped you get out here on top of the box?
Oh, there's a lot of them, but, you know, Polaris, Razor, these RS1s are incredible. DFS Engines, Jody Hickman, he does a fantastic job tuning and getting this car. We worked on it all week to get it as fast as it could. Hoosier tires, Raceline wheels, HMF exhaust, Keller ball joints, G-force suspension, Walker Evans suspension. These velocities are sick. We love them. Steel Sabers protecting our stuff. There's a Hess Motorsports e-power steering. The steering unit of this thing is amazing. It's A lot of things amazing. I've said it like 6 times, but it's hard to say.
And
I got a whole thing right here. I totally forgot about it. Sparco. That's what I bought this for. Graphic guys made my car look pretty. Sparco. You know, just a whole host of other people. Mom and Dad, the whole crew, everything.
And speaking about amazing, what are you thinking about Mid-America Outdoors? This place is great, isn't it?
This place is, you got to see it to believe it. That's all I got to say. It's
Well, again, congratulations. You didn't get the whole shot, but you got around early. You ran your own race, and the car still looks like it's in great shape, so it won't be too much working. So Colin Truitt, congrats, and we'll see you at the next one, buddy.
Oh, I'll be back. I'm racing 2 weeks again at the Outlaw Series, so I'm busy.
All right, Colin Truitt, good job, buddy, and we'll see you. We'll see you around. So while we have a quick break in the action, we're going to throw it to some of our amazing partners. We'll be right back after this.
What's up, everybody? I'm here with my man Cody Martin, dude. It's good to see you back. I know you went through some things, got that car dialed. Tell us about that.
She was hurt, but she wasn't done. We had to replace a bunch of tubes and some front end parts, and the cage did what it was supposed to do, and I was able to walk away from it. So that's the most important thing. And parts can be fixed. So we got her fixed back up. And went and practiced today. The track was good. We made some more shock changes, so that way maybe at least I can stay on 2 tires instead of 0 tires. So I don't know. We'll see. Felt good.
Well, you know how I know you had the car going? I saw your backyard tabletop huck on the little pitter track in a full-blown side-by-side race car, dude.
I gave her one of those. Yeah.
Dude,
it's a little pit bike track for the boys. In-laws we've got cousins with Cobras and pit bikes and 50s, so I technically wasn't supposed to be out there, but I told Mom to go inside for a little bit.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making a trip up there soon. I mean, you're going to have to wreck that thing.
You got to, absolutely. Always welcome. Plenty of bedrooms.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking with us, Cody. Good luck, and back to you guys.
Thanks.
Down here with Kyler Holcomb. It looks like you're doing a little tweaks on the car. What's going on?
Yeah, we're making sure the engine's not about to blow up. We had to do a complete engine swap all weekend. We spent probably 40 hours working on the car, swapping the engine. We got a car from my cousins, and I mean, the radiator's new, the oil tank's new, the engine's new, the shocks are brand new. So I mean, everything was toast last weekend. But
so you're doing all this work to get ready. You're just kind of doing a little final tuning to make sure everything's good with the car?
Yeah, it actually ran really good in practice. Some new shocks, and my old shocks, I actually tuned them myself, so they weren't too good. So this is the first time we've had professional shocks on the car, and it's a world of difference. So
yeah, I mean, setup on short course is a huge deal because it's a driver's class. So some of the other terrains we race in other sports is the car can actually soak up a lot of stuff, but in short course it's tight and technical.
Yeah, exactly. I think my old suspension was I think it was too stiff. I was getting beat up. I feel like I'm going slow now because I'm not getting beat up driving the car. So I'm not sure if I'm going slow or if I'm going faster now. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I was going to say we're about to find out. But again, yeah, best of luck with all this stuff. I see you're just double checking all the oil on the car, draining it, make sure this new engine's going to hold up to tomorrow's racing, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Sounds good. Well, you'll see if we are out there beating Baco and Colin Truitt tomorrow.
Well, Kyler, best of luck. We'll see how it shakes out. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Welcome back. We on course right now have the Vet Turbo class. Next up is going to be the Vet NA class taking off the line. Let me see our timing. Harley Holland just took the whole shot. He's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma in that number 14H. What's really cool about Harley is they are running an in-car camera on him. It's something that we're trying out this race, so they put an in-car cam. We were watching him earlier, and there you see it on screen right now. Look how cool that is to see him actually in action on race course in that number 1 spot.
I like the fact that it's aimed at the driver, not out the front, looking at where he's going. I like watching the driver do his thing. The other cool thing was if we could get another one and put it on his feet.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Wave number 2 underway.
Yes, so this is the vet NA class. And this is NA. You have to be at 40 plus to enter into this class to race.
I don't want to figure out who just pulled the whole shot in that class. No way.
It will be, I can tell you in just a moment.
Now, this is all done electronically, but it was close even for
Somebody
electronics.
has stopped on course already.
Oh, dang. Oh, it's a YXZ, I think. Yeah. That's one of the things that sucks about YXZs is their manual transmission, so they'll bog.
Right, exactly. I do not have the number of who got that whole shot just now on the
It was too close to call.
vet
I mean,
40
even
NA.
I don't know how a computer can even pick it up. It was that tight.
See, and I wasn't watching that part of it. So we do have in the vet 40 plus turbo class, we have Harley Holland, the number 14. He took the whole shot. Sean Murphy in the number 39. The 84 of Robbie Ellison, that 3rd spot. In 4th position, the 47 of Rusty Pipes. 5th position, number 23 of Perry Manahay. So, and then we will get you the names of the Vet Plus NA in just a moment. So it looks like we have Terry Lackey took that whole shot in the NA class, the number 04. He's in that number 1 position. Chad Mayo in 2nd position, number 401. 3rd position, number 35 of Todd Rimreed. Tyler was the one who took a tumble over there with Robert Van Beekum in the last race.
Ow. I'll say this right now, this track eats cars up like it's nothing.
I know, and it looks like it would be so smooth, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, earlier today there's a 3-car pileup and
that in-car was awesome to watch. It's super cool to see that. Hopefully, like, we can start doing that more throughout the season with drivers. But we just had Chad Mayo come through in that number 1 spot in the Vet 40 Plus Pro NA class, or in the NA class. Terry Lackey in that 2nd position. Todd Rimreed in 3rd.
Just out of curiosity, what are you running for tire pressures? Specifically in the back, would you guess?
I'm like for them?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if they're running those Bravos like a lot of people are running. I'm not quite sure. Probably 25, I'd have to guess.
Oh, that much, huh? Okay.
Well, I run Hoosier Bites on my X3, and I'm running 23 in the front, 25 in the back.
Wow.
All right, coming through on that first lap earlier in the turbo, Vet 40 Turbo, Harley Holland took that number 1 position. Rusty Pipes 2nd. Sean Murphy 3rd.
What was the gap to 2nd?
0.932.
0.9. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot more, if any at all, this time by, because they're very close to the start-finish line. We'll figure out what the gap is this time by, but there's still a really nice battle going on for 1st and 2nd. In fact, they're almost side by side, bumper to bumper. Here they come across the line.
Wow, that was definitely very, very close.
Definitely wasn't 0.9.
0.353.
Yeah.
So Rusty Pipes in that number 2 position.
Harley Holland isn't a name I've heard in a while. Oh.
Well, as Pamela said earlier, our top 3 right now in the Vet 40 Plus NA, we got Chad Mayo, Terry Lackey, and Tom Remereed wanting run 1, 2, and 3. And then in the Vet 40 Plus Turbo, it's Harley Holland, Rusty Pipes, and Sean Murphy. And Chad Mayo appears to be pulling away a little bit from Terry. on this last lap. And Todd's falling back a little bit more. There might be some sort of mechanical going on right there, but Todd is usually a little bit quicker than that around this racetrack. So I'm guessing at this point that there's got to be a little mechanical going on.
Last year, Chad used to run a YXZ and ended up selling a bunch of stuff. Last year, Chad drove a YXZ, ended up selling it and buying the RS1.
Really?
We actually ended up buying a bunch of his YXZ parts for ours. My dad races a YXZ now.
I mean, I got to tell you, you looked really impressive earlier today when you were out there. You really did until that little mishap.
Yeah. It was very interesting coming off that jump and then just watching my rear tire just start going in opposite direction.
I've had that happen, but it was a trailer passing me on the highway. yeah. So we're watching race action on camera now from one of our drones out there, doing a great job here today. Yeah, you see right there a moment ago, Todd Remerid was right around 15 seconds back from the second place car of Terry Lackey.
One thing that's good though today is it's pretty windy out here, but it's moving all the dust out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. White flag is out for our guys out on course. Now, when your spotter comes out here and you're at the line, is he telling you where the guy's been watering the track, where maybe some grooming has been done, kind of letting you know what corners, turn 1, turn 3, kind of thing like that?
No, not really. I don't have a spotter myself.
Really?
No. Well,
it looks like, not to interrupt, but it looks like we have a car on its side in that back section.
It's the red, white, and blue YXZ. He's not on his side. He's just sitting on the berm, it looks like, from right here. It looks like he slid over a little too far, maybe.
Should be easy to... Hey, yellow flag is out in that area anyways, but kind of changes things up a little bit. Right in the middle, and that's a blind corner as well for you guys coming up around the turn.
Mm-hmm. Round 1 in the heat race, I actually started off, went up the hill, and they didn't have any cones or anything to show where.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I just drove off, and I was like, oh, and I just let them all get over.
Well, Pam, we got something going on the course. So we got a car on its side over here in the back section, and our leaders are coming around with a checkered flag off here to the left in just a moment.
Talk about racing hard to the finish.
And yeah, I'm kind of.
Looks like Rusty Pipes.
Yeah, Rusty made the pass.
So
the back
Rusty
section.
Pipes just took over Harley Holland. So Harley Holland, who had our in-car in that second position then.
Yeah, Rusty had made the pass just out of sight, and I'm like, I couldn't make the call. I was afraid to make the call in the backside. But yeah, going down that backstretch, man, he was just on fire.
Huh.
And takes the win.
Their cars look very similar.
Nice and clean too, huh?
Yes.
And coming around in third, I need to keep my glasses on.
Coming around in that number 3 position,
Sean Murphy,
that number 39. Wondering who that is that ended up on their side over there. Still have more action going on the race.
So that'll take care of
till it's over.
Yeah, that'll take care of the 40 Vet 40 Plus Turbo.
So that was Robbie Ellis that just came in that number 4 position, number 84. So 401.
Nope, not yet.
Yes, Chad Mayo just took
just
the
now,
number 1 position in the 401. And then we have Terry Lackey in that number 2 position, number 04. The 23 of Perry Manahay. There's not a Mahani.
It's Manahay.
Number 23. They just took that number 5 position in the turbo class. So Todd Rimrey just took the number 3's position in the NA class. The number 95, his son, as we were saying, was racing earlier in the race before and took a tumble. Yeah, all right. It sounds like we have Miles down there ready to speak with Mr. Chad Mayo and Rusty Pipes. Down to you.
So in the Vet 40 Plus in the Turbo division, we have Rusty Pipes. What a great race. You battled all the way till the end, and you're here. You got to be excited.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. These guys they come out to race. They come out to do all the good stuff. Listen, they are hammered down. This is a really fun track to drive, also a fun track to compete on. MAO does it good.
And I'm looking at the car right now. Your rear tires are pretty chewed up, so that blue groove out there is getting a little nasty, isn't it?
Well, actually, the people in front of me were in the blue groove. I had to get outside the blue groove. That's what chewed the tires up. You have to find lines. You have to try to crisscross, whatnot. But the tires are by Maxxis. Unbelievable. Maxxis produces the best tire out here. They're hands down the best. Put them on. Go win you some races.
Well, speaking about Maxxis, who else helped you get on top of the box here?
Well, of course, I got Pipes Auto Sales. That's my own company that puts a lot of the bill. However, we've got Double E Racing does all my suspension. We've got S3 Motorsports out of Shreveport that does a lot. We've got Raceline Wheels, phenomenal. And let's see, Super ATV.
Well, Rusty Pipes, what a great race. It was a lot of fun to watch, so thank you for putting on a good show for us here on site and everybody back at home. And again, I heard you give Mid-America a shout-out. This place is amazing.
This place is so amazing. Billy and Big Champion and the guys and girls that run this show are top-notch. All the way down to you guys that absolutely make this thing happen. Y'all are making this thing grow. Congratulations to y'all for doing this. It really does make the sport grow. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you, Rusty Pipes in the Turbo Vet 40 Plus. But up next, we have Mr. Chad Mayo in the NA class. And I see that smile. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing great. It was a great race to watch. I mean, 2 races at the same time. It was kind of a little back and forth seeing what was going on. But like I said, just a great race. This course is coming together great. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously he already said it, but this place is just absolutely amazing. And if you're even considering even getting into racing, this is really the place to come.
Yeah. So who helped you get here on top of the box for the NA class?
Man, I'm going to try to hit them all. I'm really getting a lot of help right now from 360 wraps, LDR suspension, DP brakes, Smiley's Racing, MRT tires, alls. I know I'm missing multiple. Jamie Hart did a fantastic job on the cage. We just finished this car up on Tuesday night at 3 in the morning. I've been working on it every day since I've been here. There's so many people that are just a part of helping us that honestly, I know I'm going to miss you, but I can't thank you enough, honestly, everybody that helps us.
Well, again, just great job for making it out front. And I think it's cool. You had your wife racing earlier also, right? So the husband, wife deal, she lets you run, you let her run, you help each other out. I saw all smiles in the pits, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I don't get to go race unless she does. So, I mean, it's one of those things I try to keep the family happy, happy wife, happy life. And that's what I'm doing.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, and that goes along with Mid-America. It's family-friendly at its finest here at Mid-America Outdoors.
100%. And I'm sure they've already said it time and time again, but wait until June. Well, the pool's open. This place is incredible.
Well, thank you, Chad Mayo and Rusty Pipes. Congrats for first and second in NA and Turbo. So it's been a great race. We still have some more racing action yet to come, but we'll be right back after this.
a good-looking race car. Let's see if we can find a girl that drives this. Hey, oh, here she is. What's up, ma'am? How you doing? I'm just gonna sit right here with you, talk to you for a few minutes. What's your name? Okay, play a little hard to get. I like that, I like that. How old are you? You over 18, right? Okay, so you pretty hard. Yeah, you just go keep it real and see if I can make you like, Nope. I don't know. You ain't too friendly. You from around here? Man, you know what? You got a bad attitude. I hope you wreck tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm out here. We've been having a blast watching the practice for the 170 class out here at Mid-America Outdoors for MAO Racing. I'm here with my man Tillman. I want you to tell him who you are and where you're from.
I'm Tillman Winston Ewing, and I'm from Tibbetts, Mississippi.
All right, so I know you raced last weekend and you were on the podium over in Rush, Kentucky. Now you're out here at MAO in Oklahoma. How are we going to do this weekend? What's your expectations for the race?
Passing people, going fast, and not wrecking and getting flipped over.
Hey, that's always a good thing. I can't do it. I hope you have better luck than me because I always crash out. If you could tell anybody at home about Mid-America and what you like here, what would you like to tell them to make sure that they know how much fun we're having?
Mr. Poe's missing out, and he's excited right now, and I'm hoping he's watching this.
Oh, Mr. Poe, you heard it right here. He's calling you out. You should have been here. If you're not here, guys, make sure you make the next one. We're having a blast out here at Mid-America Outdoors.
Breaking in our belts used to be such a pain in the butt.
No matter how hard we tried, we just couldn't get longer life out of our belts. That's why we were so excited when we found these new Gates Redline belts. They have a super simple 3-step process for breaking in your belt the right way.
And we're back with the green flag waving in the Youth 1000s off the line to the top of the hill. The whole shot is going to go to.
We'll tell you here in just a moment.
And it wasn't even close.
Vale.
Wasn't even close. Carson Vale already about a 12-15 car length lead.
So Carson Vale is in that number 1 spot, got the whole shot, the HMF whole shot. Ryder Van Beekum in that number 64. Carter Caraway at number 11. The number 42 of Rowdy Speaks, 979 of Jace Leach, 250 of Crichton Jordan, and then the 225 of Ty Lukenmeyer.
I'm like, come on, Van Beekum. Just
well, they
one
got
race,
through the first
man.
turn.
Yeah.
They've had problems
Yeah,
today.
that's the furthest they've gone, both him and his dad.
Well, his
this
dad got a
entire
flat
weekend.
earlier.
Well, yeah, right there.
He was on, yeah, so good to see a rider not have a little.
It's a long haul to from Queen Creek, Arizona.
Yes, and right behind us here is Cody Caraway. Carter, his child, is on course right now. He just finished racing.
Oh, man, he's even stretched out even more, probably tripled, quadrupled the gap back to second. Man.
He did really good earlier too in the heat race as well. See, they're not taking that jump quite as hard on this first lap.
He's probably over getting communication from his spotter about where he's at, what's going on, where everybody else is at.
Right.
And it's guys, you know what? Just calm down. Run the race. Have fun.
Well, and Ryder
but
Van
don't
Beekum, exactly.
hurt yourself. You know,
Ryder Van Beekum's in that number 3 spot right now. I think that is Carter Caraway in that number 3 spot.
Yellow flag is up, but why? I don't. Is there something on top? Oh, halfway up the hill, right behind the trees.
So we didn't see that.
No, it's right behind the trees.
I can see the safety vest. That's why we wear them.
So there's a yellow zone out.
So there's, it's a local caution. As soon as they get past it, they can get back up to race speed. This Youth 1000 class, a lot of these kids started out you know, the tiny tots in those little 170s that were racing earlier.
It's just amazing. You go from what, 13, 14 horsepower to 1,000 cc. I'm like,
I know. Well, some kids went into a 570 class, but then parents and stuff started realizing, you know, a 570, yeah, it's a middle ground step up, but they're not in them very long.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you get out of the 170s, they're not in them very long. But that is Carter Caraway. That is in that number 2 position on screen right now.
So I got to see.
Number
it looked
11 out of Blue Ridge, Texas.
Yeah, it looked like Van Beeken was getting. Yeah, there he is
Van
in that
Beeken,
white car.
Well,
red,
Van
white,
Beeken
blue.
looks like he's having some problems.
Something just broke on Van Beeken. It looks like it may have been a steering issue of some sort, but he wanted to turn.
And it wouldn't turn.
Yeah.
It was turning until it didn't. It's racing, but he's definitely right there. You're seeing them going through that rhythm section. Cody Caraway. I believe that might be Rowdy Speaks. That was right behind Cody.
Cannot believe the luck or lack of luck that Van Beekens have had on this weekend.
Sometimes when a gremlin is there,
it
doesn't leave.
How many races? What? The old man's in 3 classes, is it? 2 at least.
I think so.
And then he's in at least 2. But every single race,
there has been
practice and qualify and the heat race and now the main.
There has been something. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's very unfortunate when that happens with, you know, while you're racing, but I'm sad to say it, but that's racing. I mean, you push your car to the limits. Carson Bell is coming through. His lap times is going to be pretty fast. I'm curious to see.
So now it looks like Van Beeken's underway as you're talking about Carson. Van Beeken's back underway, but he's well back in the pack.
Not sure what happened, but, you know, getting a finish is a finish because it's going to be a long season. We're only on round 2, and we have 8 rounds.
Yeah.
So Carson Bell is out with a 2:15.429 is what his lap time was.
What's the gap back to second, the number 11?
Carter Caraway is a 20.274 second.
That's almost, it's approaching half a lap lead.
Right, exactly.
Time-wise.
I mean, because you can see right there on screen, that is Carson Bell. He already went through. This is who we were just talking about. He is taking the turns like Pro 4s, Pro 2s. He's setting himself up before the turn. And that's what you really got to do in practice.
That's heavy on the gas, heavy on the brake, heavy on the gas. It's no, partial pedal of any kind, either one.
Exactly. What a day this has been, and I apologize. I was going by my numbers of the sheets I had. I have some lineups that I don't have, so it was quite a mistake by my end.
You have some lineups you don't have?
Yeah, I don't have some lineups that I should have on just the overview of it.
I just like picking on you.
That's okay.
Okay.
I can take it.
Yeah, really?
Yep.
You're saying you're trained?
Kind of. I've worked around all y'all enough. I think I'm okay. I don't know. Bringing that y'all out. I'm actually originally from Oklahoma. My home state.
Yeah, you've moved around a little.
Yeah. Just twice in my life.
So what's our next race?
It will be the women's class. So we'll have the women's turbo and NA classes will be up next.
And here comes our leader taking the white flag one more time around and talk about a monstrous gap back to second. And look, now, okay, you've heard that his car go by. Our vantage point is just past the finish line and right where they enter to go up the hill and do that left turn.
Uh-huh.
Now, you heard how he did it. Now listen to the rest of the field when they come by.
Completely different sound.
Yes. Here comes second and third. Lots of throttle response, back and forth, on and off, on and off, on and off.
Yeah, so Jace Leach in the 979 took over second place from Cody Caraway. But there's a 25.346 second gap between Carson Bell and Jace Leach. That's a crazy gap. This has been a great race day, though.
Every once in a while you're going to have one of these kind of runaway events. Now, this is where the debate comes in. Competition yellow.
Yeah, competition yellow would definitely throw a wrench into the mix, get everybody tightened back up.
And Van Beeken pulls
Yep.
off the track.
He's obviously having car issues, or he would not have pulled off.
Yeah. Engine sounds good.
Yeah, it's definitely,
But,
it's got probably something in the steering rack. I think
yeah.
you're right on that.
And we just had another car pull off the track just past that little tabletop.
But on screen there, we have the 979 right there of Jace Leach. They just went through our other timing loop that we have out on race course.
Well, next time by should be the checkered flag.
It's still going by fast, even though I was like, wow, I can't believe we're almost over. We're really not almost over, but oh my gosh, it really is going by fast. Time flies when you're having fun. How cool was that in-car cam on Harley Holland?
Oh, here's our winner. The 999's coming across the line. Very cool looking car. I just love the profile of that thing.
And the flames on the side.
Yeah.
Almost chameleon style.
So you're double checking to make sure you don't have any lineups, huh?
No, I'm just I'm organizing my papers because I got them unorganized.
Here comes second and third. Across the line.
So second and third, so Jace Leach takes that number 2 spot. Carter Caraway in that number 3 spot, and what a race it was for these guys.
So we're going to have Pablo up here in a second.
He has a
very interesting story there. Holy smokes.
I have to say, I briefly spoke with him at round 1, but my husband was here, and he actually talked to him quite a bit, and he has quite a story.
So we get a chance to talk to him after our winning interview. Not sure if it's going to be Miles or
It's
Tiffany.
It's going to be Tiffany.
Oh, okay. Well, It looks like let's go down to Tiffany, who's got our winner of the last race.
Carson, nice job out there. Walk me through how your day's been so far.
I went out there in the first heat in the expert car. I think I got first in my group. That led me to picking up a good spot in the expert class, and then I went out and got first in this class earlier in the heat, and that led me to a good win in the May.
Well, and talking about that, obviously the track conditions are great. We do start to see some blue groove coming through right now. How do you tackle something like that, especially with the dust, blue groove, just everything coming at you, especially here in the main?
One of the best things I got with me right now is the Hoosier tires. They grip up great on the blue groove, and they help me go through it.
Awesome. Well, I know you've got to thank a lot of people for helping you get that top spot for round 2 here at MAO.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, Marvin's Tow Service, D&M Body Shop, Kaiser Sprint Car Wheels, Hoosier Racing Tire, Kaufman Off-Road, and Off-Road Disorder. Steering.
Wonderful. Well, I always like to ask everybody in one word, how are you feeling about today's win?
It feels amazing.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard it here. Carson Vale is feeling amazing. It's going to be a great day. A few more races. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. And we got just probably a quick moment before our next race. We got the women coming to the line now, but very special guest, Pablo Jimenez. Welcome to the stage. And I got to tell you, you got the new T-shirt, the new hat. I saw your rig out there in the pits. Nice wrap.
Thanks, sir.
Pretty darn cool, man. What's going on?
Hey, nothing, man. Just getting back in shape after a little rollover on the Vet Plus 40 race.
Yes. Now, you said, I asked you when you came up here, you were good, but tell us about your car.
Yeah, well, we got a little bit of a cracked frame, and we're going to have to get back to the shop and see what we can do with that to get it ready for the next round.
Well, at least you have a little bit of time since we're not till the end of May, right? So, yeah, but still, it's work.
Yep, certainly.
Yeah. So tell us about your race program. So how long have you been racing? And you're in a Yamaha, correct?
No, Can-Am.
Can-Am, sorry. Can-Am. But tell us about how long you've been racing and how you got into it.
Well, I've been racing motocross for about 30-some years.
Okay.
And just bought the Can-Am about a year ago and started racing up north in the Midwest. And it's been going good. And
Yeah, so switching over from 2 wheels to 4.
Certainly.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I always say it complements the 4-wheel racing because you already know how to take the lines and what you should do by throttling out and stuff.
Some of the best drivers in off-road come from motocross. And, I mean, the list of riders that are now drivers in off-road, I'm going to start at the very top. It's got to be Johnny Greaves, CJ Greaves. And the list goes on and on and on, the guys that have raced motocross. And before we get too much further, let's address the fact of your race program and the big story behind your program. What has driven you to keep going after this crazy stuff that went on with you recently?
Yeah, well, as you can see, I'm a burn survivor, and I had a little bit of an accident about 14 years ago. A plane crashed on top of me.
They'll talk about that. How the heck does that happen?
Yep. Well, Learjet 45 came at me about 550 mile an hour in a dive. Could not recover from the dive and crashed 10 meters behind my vehicle.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. You talked to my husband at round 1. He told me your story, and I was just like, we've been wanting to talk to you, and I just haven't done it yet. But here you are up here on the live show talking, and that's crazy.
Were you on a runway or
no? I was in the middle of Mexico City, leaving work in the middle of the financial district, and a plane crashed in the street.
So it was mechanical issues with the plane that caused it to go down where it did, and you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I tell you, the fact that you're here, the fact that you're racing, and obviously, I mean, you're going to be back the next round of racing. But I don't want to say it quite like this, but I got to. It's almost like it was the gift. You know what? You're here for a reason.
Well, thank you.
You know, the Lord could have taken you, but he didn't. He goes, your job is not done. So I'm going to put you back out there. It may not be easy, but you got stories to tell. You got things to take care of, and there's people to help. And I think he's using you as that ambassador. So kudos to you to keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you, sir.
So you're racing out here at Mid-America. Did you race out here last year, or have you been out here previously?
No, this was my second round now.
Your second round, okay.
I was also racing down in Texas and in the other series that they got out in the Midwest in Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So, yeah, heading into my second year of racing the Can-Am, and it's going good.
And having fun, right?
Picking up a little speed. I was doing well in my heat
You were
race.
doing very well.
I was out front, and I guess I got a little bit impatient. I got passed, and I tried to pass one of my competitors on the rollers, and we got collected, and I got the short end of it.
Oh, goodness. That
Yes,
happens.
ma'am.
It's part of racing, right?
Yep.
I mean, unfortunately. But being a motocross, I'm sure you saw some crazy stuff before, you know.
Right.
So what is cybertizing.com? That is obviously your sponsor, or is that your company?
It's my sponsor and my company.
Okay.
I'm a partner in cybertizing.com. We are a digital strategy firm. We are Google partners. We do online ads the right way for the right types of clients.
Okay.
We're not the guys that call you every Fridays and Wednesday wanting to solicit business, but yeah, we're a Google partner. We're within that ecosystem. We're very competitive.
Okay.
I would say I'm faster with a Google Ads account than I am in a Can-Am.
Okay. I saw it on your advertising, like he said, on your stuff when you were pulling in at round 1. I saw it. I've never known what it was.
Yeah,
so.
I drove by like 2-3 times this weekend. I'm like, I wonder what the hell that's about.
Well, now
that's
we know.
something I've never ever seen
Well,
before.
check it out online, cybertizing.com. We actually cater to the off-road industry.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
Strictly now.
Okay.
Well, not strictly. There's some great clients out there, but yeah, it's fun being able to work within the industry that I love, and it's my passion both ways, so it keeps me busy and happy.
Well, there you go.
Well, how about what's going on with the rest of your program? I know that you know, Mr. Pepsi, Mr. Coke, Mr. Clorox, or Mr. Scott Tissue, I don't know, could be watching. And it's like, you know what? There's a guy with an interesting story. I need to get a hold of him. I mean, what's your program all about?
Well, thank you. I have several sponsors. Cybertizing, obviously, the main one. But Evolution Power Sports is helping me out with my tuning of my engine. I don't know if you saw the whole shot that I got on the Vet Plus 40.
Yeah, we called it.
Yeah?
Yep.
I was out in front, right? For a little bit? Yeah, so that car's running good. Lone Star Racing helped me build the car. I have had a lot of supports from different industry players. Weller Racing, the Miller Brothers Racing as well. And, yeah, right now lining up sponsors for the 2022-2023 season. And
how do they get a hold of you? I mean, do you have a website?
Yeah.
Do you have,
On cybertizing.com, you can log on, go to the contact page, and send us an email.
No, we'll go to you.
They'll go directly to me, yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's an easy way.
Well, thank you.
So you have business cards you hand out then, right?
Right.
Something tells me he does a lot of marketing back in the pits. What do I?
Well,
a lot of people do
you
that
got-
marketing.
You got to keep it working to keep running. these cars.
Exactly. So Can-Am, have you ever had any other side-by-sides? Have you ever owned any other side-by-sides?
No.
So you're strictly Can-Am?
My Can-Am was my first one. I bought the fast one, the turbo.
Okay.
And I started racing against the fast
boys.
Fast boys
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can-Ams are fun. I've always been a Polaris fan, and then I actually raced a Can-Am X3 in the desert. So now my kid, he had an RS1. We recently sold it, started racing here. Now we're like, we got to get him another car. So making that decision, but we are all the decisions that we're trying to make right now are all between Can-Am X3s. So he'll be in the amateur turbo class, but it's a pretty cool car.
It
Like,
is.
have you driven any other ones?
No.
No, you haven't. So you
No,
have
I've-
never been in anything
I've
else.
never driven a Polaris.
I have to tell you, I'm a Can-Am fan, but I drove the Polaris R last night on the drag strip.
Right.
That thing's fast.
Right.
it was fun. I've never been on a drag strip either, but yeah, definitely Can-Am. Can-Am is a big on all of this motorsports. You have the Dustin Jones, you have the Miller brothers, and everybody.
Well,
Kyle Chaney.
Look at KOH. They've dominated.
They have 1, 2, and 3s.
The last 3 years.
I'm
or
pretty
2?
sure.
What was it?
I want to say it's 3.
In Dakar, they swept the podium.
Yeah.
They swept the whole class. I think it was the first 9 cars were Can-Ams at the Dakar Rally.
Yeah, the Dakar Rally.
That's something to think about too.
It's kind of like if my first ride in NASCAR was with Richard Childress. No, I'd rather go somewhere else. No, that ain't gonna happen. No.
Well, I've never been in a NASCAR, but yeah, that's super cool though that you've never driven anything else. You did amazing though, taking the whole shot today. But how? Okay, so you were just over driving when it turned you over.
I wasn't patient.
Okay.
I was not patient. I got past. I made a mistake after that first downhill jump.
Okay.
The tabletop there.
Yeah.
I went wide and I got passed by my who was it that passed me? I forget his name.
I don't remember. Let me see. You were in the Vet Turbo.
Number
so
10.
Let me go to that class and we can look.
Yeah, so he passed me on the inside, and I got up side by side with him going up the second uphill. We banged bars a little bit, or banged cars, traded paint.
Gotcha.
At the top of the second uphill, and coming down, he beat me to it.
Was it Harlan?
We went into the roller section, and I was making good time on him there in the rollers and the tabletops. And I was going to pass him at the end of that section, and didn't end up happening that way. I think I landed on his roof.
Oh, wow, geez. Whoops.
Yep, and that flipped me. It did I don't know how
That
many
would do it.
cartwheels. Yeah, it did a couple cartwheels, a couple front flips, and ended up on my lid.
Oh my goodness.
I got out in about 2 seconds.
Well,
Did you
that's
notice
good.
that?
That's good. No, I didn't see it on camera.
Yeah, it was out of our line of sight. So
I got out right quick. I got to give special thanks to Sparko for making those
some tells
quick
me
release.
he knows how to get the hell out of certain situations now. He's been
Yeah.
well trained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Are you talking about their new ones, the new
cam
belts?
lock.
Yeah, the
Yep.
cam locks. I've never ridden in cam locks in my race cars. I did try them out though. Those are awesome.
And they stand the test of multiple rollovers and any types of situations.
Yeah, they're super cool. I really like those kind of belts. I didn't have them whenever I was racing.
The ease with which you can get in and out makes it a little bit more comfortable.
True. Do you run a Sparko seat in your car as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are good seats to have for
Yeah.
sure. I have the butt pads that you can get that give it a little bit of cushion. Those are amazing too because they're also a fire retardant material as well.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more cushioning. I
Little
took
bit
a
more cushioning.
little bit of a. I went long on my first race today in one of the jumps, and thought I broke my ankle.
Oh goodness.
But no, she held up.
Yeah, they're. I can't remember who you get them through. I'll have to tell you offline because I don't know right off my hand. But they are awesome to have in those cars. Like even when you're coming off the jumps and you're landing, if you ever flatland, you have a little bit more cushion. But those Sparko seats or anything that are full containment are like the way to go.
No, yeah, and even the safety aspect of it. When I rolled over just now, I felt completely safe as I was in midair. All I had to do was tuck in a little bit.
Well, and we were actually discussing that about people that run in like desert racing and stuff. There's people that run the suspension seats, and those suspension seats, like Scott was saying, when they go off a jump and they compress, now there's play in the seat belts because you compress into that padding, and that these Sparko pads don't do that. But it's definitely something that you don't want a seat with a suspension seat, because when you do those rollovers, it can tweak your back if the seat can bend. It's not full containment. It's not made of fiberglass. It's going to hold you tight. So that's my,
I don't know.
That's my thought
I'm
behind
thinking
it.
when I see guys like Kyle LeDuc, right off the top of my head, Ryan Beat, I think, is another driver in Pro 2 and Pro 4. When I see these guys running the LaJoy seats.
Those are awesome seats.
Why anything else? You don't need a suspension seat when you're racing off-road. Set up your truck. Set up your shocks.
And they make your seat to you.
Yeah, to you.
They're out of North Carolina.
Yeah, you got to go there and sit in it, and the fabrication into the seat is almost as complicated as the fabrication into the race truck itself.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
So, you know what? We kind of got off subject. We wanted to talk about you, your story, your race program. What is it you're looking for going forward from now? Obviously, you got to fix your car for the next race.
Right. So we are looking for a little bit of support for my race program, which is going to include this series and some series in Texas and throughout the United States. So right now we're in rebuild mode and signing some new sponsors and seeing what we can bring to the table to get their brands out there prominently and
Activation,
Exactly.
man. That's what it's all about, especially with the next 2 rounds and especially Visions. What a great time to set up a new sponsor in their activation program in your pit area. So best of luck, man. Thank you for
very much.
I don't know if I fist pump you, shake your hand. I don't know.
You
Look
can
at
do
this
both.
guy, and he races, man. The claw.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Oops, we
Sorry.
hit things here, but yeah, thank you, and come and speak with us anytime
Thank
you
you
want
very
to.
much.
All right, take care,
Bye.
man. Best of luck.
All right, they're watering the track. The ladies are on the line waiting to take off.
Yeah, they're with the amount of races that we still have remaining, and the fact that the sun is hiding behind the clouds
Right.
is really making it an advantageous time.
Speaking of,
to go out there and actually water the track real well.
we're going to bring our
Kind of
awning in just a little bit. Yeah, you can see the track right there. They've done some watering.
You just like to play with remote controls.
No, I just thought we need some warmth. No, you can see it right there in the background, people that are coming in up onto the hill, out here watching. You can see the covered area right there, which is awesome to have, especially when it's going to start getting a lot warmer out here.
Well, the clouds were covering the sun a little bit. We're getting back sunny again.
Here, I'm going to stop our thing right there. Give us some light on the subject. Sounds like they are starting their cars back up out there. We are going to have first off the line the women's turbo class, and then after the women's turbo class, the women's NA. So women's turbo division, we have Lacey Tewksbury in the number 13, the 917 of Kendra Hoop, the number 6 of Morgan Vanover, the 44 of Benani, the number 14 of Marissa Smith, the 88 of Crystal Rowden, the 519 of Jennifer Mayo, and the 314 of Katie Thomas. That is in our women's division, women's turbo class. And then in our women's NA class, we have Holly Mulligan, Shiley Broker. Holly Mulligan's in the number 109. Shiley Broker's in the 774. Ashley Rowden in the number 15. 505 of Michelle Pokitza. The 806 of Paige Lukenmeyer, the 622 of Kaylee McGuire, the 431 of Bree Seek, the number 10 of Haley Boodle, 237 of Josie Watkins, number 17 of Brooklyn Singleton, and the 04 of Emma Garman. And let's see that will be Kendra Hoop, who just took the whole shot.
Surprise, surprise, huh?
Yeah, she's not even done racing today. She still is racing out here one more time. So let's go to our live results. Kendra Hoop is in that number 1 position, and the number 917 took that HMF hole shot. The number 13 of Lacey Tewksbury.
And our next race is at the line. The flag is down, and it's up. We're back underway with our second wave, or our second class.
This is the NA class.
Now, you got to help me out because I'm an old man and I don't quite remember. One of these 2 races probably had the best race of the day out there on the course. earlier in the heat races?
It was the turbo.
Okay.
Well, I don't know because Bree Seek is in this.
Yeah, Bree was
it
definitely in.
Between Bree Seek and Josie Watkins earlier.
Yep, you got it.
So it
You
was
nailed
the
it.
NA class.
And again, this is their main event, their last race of the weekend. Well, possibly.
Not all of them.
Yeah, so that's what I meant.
Racing.
So our first two cars have pulled away from the rest of the field is it the Turbo was the first off the line?
Turbos went first off the line. Kendra Hoop took the number 1 spot and the whole shot. Lacey Tewksbury, number 13. Morgan Vanover, the 3rd position in the number 6. Ben and Nye, the number 44 in 4th position. Crystal Rowden, the 88 and 5th. And then in the women's NA, Bree Seek, the number 431, took that whole shot and is in that number 1 position. In 2nd position is the 237 of Josie Watkins.
Whoa, what happened here? That's a tight race that we didn't have just a moment ago as I was watching. There was a big gap from 1st to 2nd, and it's not there anymore.
So that's Lacey Tewksbury in the number 2 position with Kendra Hoop in number 1.
Hoop had the lead just a moment ago, right?
Kendra Hoop has taken the whole shot and has been in the lead.
Until now.
Well, no, Kendra Hoop is still in the lead.
Oh, Tewksbury's
in 2nd position.
Okay, so Hoop had an issue out of our line of vision and reeled in. Tewksbury reeled her in. Okay.
Yeah, but Hoop, she definitely took that whole shot earlier for sure. But look at the gap between the two classes already. And on screen, that is Kendra Hoop and Lacey Tewksbury on screen right now, going through that rhythm section. Not rhythm.
Unrhythm, yeah.
I like how the concept of it's awesome, and I love that it's technical and it's not a rhythm section. But right
if
now,
you made it easy to double and triple, they'd be doing every single lap. Next thing you know, it'd be wore out.
Right.
And you lose the concept of what we got going on right now.
Exactly.
So cars are all over the track, and there's all kinds of issues with these girls up on top of the hill just before they make that left-hand turn to come down past the
it looks like this might be a little slippery up there.
Yeah, they're spinning out and they're just spinning the tires like crazy.
Well, they did just water.
Yeah, maybe a lot of water on top of the hill right before the hole shot line. And our top two cars are already to the left side of the race course, out of our line of sight, and absolutely dominating, pulling away from the rest of the field. As the yellow car in the backstretch, that's our 3rd place car.
Yeah, she's in Morgan Vanover.
Oh, here come our leaders, 1st and 2nd.
And they are still running neck and neck. I mean, they literally have Kendra Hoop, and then Lacey is only a .675 behind Kendra Hoop.
Yeah, it's what, 2 car lengths maybe?
Not even. I think, yeah, maybe.
Oh, our leader gets squirrely coming out of the corner, coming down the hill, able to hang on to the lead, but boy, there was an opportunity right there.
They both looked like they were getting a little bit too sideways, but look at the camaraderie right there of them on the race course. 3rd position is how many seconds behind here? Let's see, 26.933 seconds behind. That is behind just 2nd place. Wow. Wow, this is definitely going to be a good race. Looks like the number 14 of Marissa Smith is having some issues. She's going a little bit slower. But look at the crowd is growing. And there's that rhythm section. And there on screen is Kendra Hoop and Lacey Tewksbury. Oh, it looks like Lacey got around Kendra right now. They just did the step up. So there's a lead change going on. Let's see if Kendra Hoop can get it back or look at that. There's definitely not a big gap between them still, but Lacey Tewksbury did take over the lead from Kendra Hoop. All right, the race leaders just now went over that 80-foot tabletop. They are in the Ultimax Spillway.
Probably all of, 2.5, 3 car length separation at this point, but still on it, still pulling away from the field. And the third place car hasn't even come into view on the backside yet.
I know, right? So they're racing hard against each other. They're getting ready to come through. Let's see their split difference, and then I'll go into...
Whoa, a little squirrely coming out of that final corner. White flag is out.
Man, this went by fast. This is where Kendra is definitely waiting for Lacey to make one little small mistake and take that pass. You can see how slippery it is up on top of that horseshoe, though.
Kendra appears to be keeping that car. Has she got a left front flat?
It looks like Kendra might be having something going on. I'm not sure. She does have to race again, I believe, still. But Lacey Tewksbury in that number 1 position in the women's turbo class. Kendra Hoop in the 917 in second position. The number 6 of Morgan Vanover, she has came through in that 3rd position. In our women's NA class, Paige Lukenmeyer is in that number 1 spot in the number 806. Emma Garman in that number 04 is in second position. Bree Seek in 3rd. Josie Watkins 4th. So there's quite a race going on here. And here is our 3rd place just now going through.
Yeah.
She's just now entering into the Talladega, but yet our race leaders are all the way over on the other side of the track.
They're making their way back along that back stretch.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go through the tabletops over there in the Ultimax Spillway.
Oh, I think we had a pass for the lead.
We had a pass back again?
It looks like it. So far away, I can't tell colors.
Well, you can see on screen right there is Lacey Tewksbury, and I do not see Kendra Hoop on behind her.
Well, she's pulled out all by herself. Our second place car, or what would be our second place car, is nowhere to be seen. In fact, it's at her right there.
That is her right there, just now getting up. So she was having some issues.
So it's Tewksbury with the lead, and should be taking the checker flag this time by.
Definitely. So this is where
here she is.
This is where Lacey Tewksbury takes that number 1 spot, but that's where Kendra Hoop is just trying to get that finish at this point. So let's see who's
right rear flat tire on her as well.
All
on
right,
the 13
so
on our winner.
Number 13, Lacey Tewksbury, just took that number 1 spot.
And here comes our second place car across the line.
So Kendra Hoop still takes that number 2 spot, even with an issue.
So our left rear flat? No. Boy, it's hard to tell. Motor sounds like it's running just fine. Yeah, all the tires have air, so something that's not detectable only by her in the cockpit, obviously.
And she raced earlier, so she actually is done for the day of
Tire
racing.
car.
Her husband is racing in the next race in the Pro Turbo. So that's where I was thinking she was racing. Let's see who gets our 1, 2, and 3 here. That is the number 44.
I don't know, Pam. Look down at the starting line.
For first position, the 431 of Bree Seek just came across the finish line. So in the number 431 of Bree Seek. She just passed by our guys.
Oh, Pam, if you heard me, look down at the starting line. Take a look at that. Some pretty stout pieces of machinery lined up.
Definitely. All right, it sounds like Tiffany is down there with Lacey Tewksbury down trackside with our winner of the women's turbo class. All right, so down to Tiffany. Let's hear what we have to say with Lacey.
It's so good to chat with you, and we've been thinking that it was Lacey the entire time in this car, but it is you. Walk us through how that's been today, and you guys said that you were tag team in this.
Yes, ma'am. We are teaming this season. I drove the last 2 rounds. It's been incredible driving her car. I'm so thankful that she is trusting me with her car.
And talking about that, you said for the last 2 rounds, I can see you. Not that I'm on to tell you that you're a little shaky right now. It's probably got to be some amazing nerves. How does it feel to be out there and put the top spot for her?
It is so nerve-wracking. I'm not used to this type of car. I'm in an RS1. That's what I'm usually driving. But it feels awesome to be out here for her winning.
Well, we've been talking about Mid-America Outdoors and this wonderful facility that they have here. How do you feel about everything? And obviously you're going to still continue and chase those points.
Yes, ma'am. Everything out here is terrific. Like, it's oh my gosh, not horrible. It's awesome. I love it out here.
All right. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, man.
I was taking it. I wasn't sure if you were going to take it or not, so I took it.
Well, that's fine. No problem. I mean, it's been a long day of racing. I tell you that round number 2, the race action that we have from round 1 is just amped up. I say it's probably been twice as good of action that we had from round 1. I mean, it's been phenomenal, all the way down to the 170s. Those young kids know how to put on a show.
Their finish today was awesome. But, you know, I think a lot to do with that, too, would be the track conditions are making the racing even better. Because last round we had all that rain. And remember, we couldn't even practice on Friday. So nobody got seat time on course.
And they're able to set up their cars, take time in doing it. You know, this is going to be interesting because it's kind of cool when I told you take a look down at the starting line just a moment ago, and you didn't know exactly what the hell I was talking about.
Why?
And you turned and looked, and you went, oh.
Yeah.
So our vantage point is basically look at the side, looking down at the side of the starting line, down at them. We're probably maybe 200 feet up in the air above them, and just looking at this is the UTV version of Pro 4s at the line. No doubt about it. These are the bad boys. These are the bad boys.
All right, so they are going to do a sight lap out there on course.
I call it reconnaissance. They're going up there and they're checking things out. And you know they're talking to their spotters. Take a good look at turn 1. Take a good look at turn 2, turn 5. Take a good look at the face of this jump and that. So they got guys in their ears telling them to look at particular spots of these racetracks.
Right.
And the drivers,
well, and
for the most part, don't have to be told that. But you know what? It's good to be told.
I mean, there's been a lot of racing that's gone on. They're not grooming the track, but they are watering the track. But so another thing for them to look at, too, is a turn or a line that they were taking earlier on. They might decide they want to take a different line because as they're out there doing the sight lap right now, they don't want to make sure that there's not a there's not like a groove.
I love that Star Wars car.
You're right. A groove or something that they might take and that can, top them over. Because these guys, I mean, there's been some fast racing out on course today, but these guys right here, these guys are the starships. They're the fast guys.
This is what everybody shoots for.
Exactly.
If you're a young kid in a UTV, this is what your goal is. This is where you want to be. You know, it's like a look in a trophy card. He wants to be in a Pro 2, that kind of thing. But it's to kind of how they're lining up. Was there 3 waves of heat racing, or was there 4?
There's going to be
no. What was there? I know they're all starting.
I think there were 3. Yeah, there were 3.
Okay, so to kind of explain how the starting order has been decided, the winner of wave number 1 in heat race 1, he'll be on the pole. The winner of wave number 2, he'll start second. The winner of wave 3, he'll start third, and then you go back to the first heat race again.
Right.
Wave 1, the second place finisher, he'll start fourth on down the line, and that's how it's decided. It sounds complicated, but it's probably the most fair way to do it. So the guys were taking their placings of where they were going to finish in the heat race seriously,
right?
Because it does a lot. It does a lot at the starting line, and starting on the inside down there on that racetrack, and it's a soft, I'll call it like a baby right-hand turn going up the hill. I don't think that's the most advantageous. Looking at it right now, I don't think that's the most advantageous spot to be.
On the inside, that's where Robert I can't even say it. Robert Van Beekum. It looks like what happened is he was in a little too close, and then he just went up on the edge. I mean, that's a chance you take whenever you do take that inside line.
Well, and not only that, but it's starting at the starting. In fact, how about this? Guess who didn't do the sight lap?
He didn't do a sight lap last time either.
Yeah.
Round 1, Kyle Cheney did not do a sight lap.
Yeah, so Kyle Cheney sitting down at the starting line all by himself, kind of waiting for the guys to do their thing.
I mean, we can't see if anybody else stayed down there because we cannot actually see the beginning, where line 1 would be. But yeah.
So it looks like he wants to start in the 5th spot? No, here's the thing. This is what I don't know. Okay, you won heat race 1.
No, he's in
You're supposed to start. You should start. No, not you should. Do you get to choose where you start? Can you start in that third position?
I think you have choice. I think that's what Billy was talking about.
See, I'm not feeling so dumb now because he's not on the inside where the pole would be, basically.
I think they have to make their choice before they go down to the line.
Possibly, but the fact is they get to make their choice. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
And, they're starting 8 wide. 2 deep? 2.5 rows deep?
3
deep?
Yeah.
But you start 8 wide, and that soft baby turn going up the hill is only, maybe 4 wide? I'll say 3 wide minimum, 4 wide maximum, and that's only, we're looking at 30 yards of straightaway before that spot. So there's going to be something going on,
We saw, lots of stuff happen at round 1 in that turn. And then today, Cody Martin at round 1 off the start. He didn't get very far, and his car was completely destroyed from that crash. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen in that turn run because everybody's wanting to get that whole shot because what you want to do is you want to get out front. You don't want that dust is what you don't want.
Part of the sponsorship program for some of these guys, too, is not so much, okay, Mr. Can-Am, here's a check for – we'll say $50,000 for the season.
Right.
No, some of it doesn't work like that. It's performance laden.
Right.
So the better you do, the more money you'll make according to whatever the contract says.
Exactly.
So that's how these guys make their money. Some of them is by how they finish on the racetrack. If you finish 5th, you don't get paid.
Right. Exactly.
So
because they're sponsoring them for a reason. They want their name up on top of the box. Speaking of sponsors, let's just go through the sponsors again that we went through earlier that helped take care of the park and sponsor the series. So we have Nitto Tires, MRT Tires, 360 Wraps, which we've seen a lot of cars out here wrapped in 360. There's some
they
haulers.
own the place,
Yeah, right. They've done all of the Mid-America stuff as well. Raceline Wheels, Ultimax Belts, which we had Lori and Mel up here earlier talking about those. Gates, Maxxis Tires, which we had Dave up here. Super ATV, Oklahoma Ford Dealers, Hammermill Metals, and the HMF is sponsoring the Whole Shot Award. So it's super cool to see these sponsors out here helping out the track, sponsoring the track, taking care of the racers. And like we were saying earlier, up in the pro shop, you can go up there and look at the Raceline wheels on display. You can buy a fire suit if you need to buy a fire suit. Ultimax belts, they have multiple sizes up there. And, it's definitely super cool for all of these sponsors taking care of the park.
Well, we got a large field coming up to get staged. They're coming in front of us now. Their reconnaissance lap is coming to an end.
So we can go through the names if you'd like to.
Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting at.
We have the 191 of Kyle Cheney, which we saw did not go out and do the site lap. The 184 of Scott Champion, which he was our winner last round, and last year he was second place in points. The 81 of Ryan Tewksbury, which his wife was just racing last race. The number 84 of Alan Corbin. 53 of Randy Clifton. 45 of Gage Hughes. The 979 of Jack Letourneau. Then we have the number 38 of Zach Beavers. 17 of Corey Willis. The number 2 of Austin Vanover. 704 of Daniel Kelly. 18 of Kobe Caraway. The 904 of Mike Park. And the 260 of Hunter Davidson. Then on the last line that got to choose, we have the number 21 of Kanan Baker, the number 15 of Cody Martin, 41 of Jeb Boodle, the 221 of Zach Smith, 717 of Ray Barnes, 124 of Michael Huddleston, and the 64 of Robert Van Beeken. He needs some luck this round.
Oh, boy.
Let's see if something happens on his side.
I'm not even sure if I see him out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He did take a tumble, and I'm not sure if he was racing the same car in this class as he took the tumble in, so he might not be starting the race.
But I love that 21.
You're right. I don't see it.
I love that profile of that 21 car.
I know you are.
Black and white, mostly white. The numbers even the gold chrome style number.
Yeah.
It's just that's a show car, not a race car. That thing is just sweet.
It's definitely a unique cage. I'm not sure who built it, but it's definitely a unique cage for sure.
Well, our flagman's heading down the ridge. He's got the green flag in hand. He'll lower it to the ground. You'll start to hear the engines rev. As soon as he throws that thing up in the air, we're going green. Here we go, everybody.
And Cody Martin, who is out there on the line, he was the winner of the championship last year.
Green is out. We're underway into turn 1.
Let's see.
Oh, baby!
Looks like Kyle Cheney is
the Iceman looks like he has it right now. Coming out of the corner, it's going to be Kyle Cheney with the whole shot.
Yes, he got the HMF hole shot. It looks like Scott Champion's in that number 2 position. Cody Martin, number 15, in 3rd. Zach Beavers in 4th. Wow. Oh, and they're going up into the Talladega turn right as we speak. It looks like we still have Kyle Cheney in that number 1 position, but it's between Cody Martin and Scotty Champion right now.
So Kyle Cheney's now headed down that long straightaway through that rhythm section, and this is where he shines.
And this is where it's key to be out front, because look at the dust out on race course. You know the race course, but this is definitely where it's key to be right out front.
Well, the thing is, the TV monitor, if you're watching at home, is making it look worse than it really is. I mean, we can see the cars on the course, but when you look at it through the cameras and on TV, it's not quite that bad. But with that being said, yes, it is dusty. And you know something else? The wind has died down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's probably been.
I'm okay with that, though.
Well, no. But the thing is, the dust is hanging.
Exactly. And
it's not going anywhere.
You can see right now Kyle Cheney still out in that lead, and he is taking that right-hand side line, but it looks like Scotty Champion looks like he was gaining just a little bit on him. They're on the tabletop right.
No,
jumps
watch right
now.
here. Nice and smooth. A little bit longer, a little bit. These guys, the second and third were quite a bit longer than Kyle Cheney, our leader.
Yes.
But you can't go. You're not fast if you're in the air. You're not grabbing any ground.
So the race going on right now, I mean, there's racing all over race course, but the second and third position of Scotty Champion and Cody Martin are neck and neck. So let's see who comes around. It looks like Scotty Champion still has that number 2 position.
And this is a longer race than the heat race as well. Is it
this one
6
is 6 laps?
6, yeah.
So Cody Martin in that 3rd position. Zach Beavers in 4th. Corey Willis in 5th.
Looks like Corey Willis goes inside of Beaver. And that up at the top of the hill, now coming down. And, yeah, we got a new 4th place driver.
Jeb Boodle, the young kid of Jeb Boodle, out there racing against all of these veterans racers as running in that number 6 position.
Now, these guys will push the limits, too. They'll run softer rubber compound. They want traction. If the recommended tire pressure is, say, 15 pounds, they'll pump it down to like 13, 12, trying to get that bigger footprint on the ground, and that just makes it real risky. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is that they're looking for that traction. But it makes it vulnerable on the sidewalls, because when you go to the corner, pitch it sideways, the whole tire wants to roll under.
Exactly, and that's where it's key to run those bead locks, because it helps when you hold that tire on and not roll off the rim. But you do have Kyle Cheney out there. He just did that step up, and he does have Scotty Champion. Car 45 sounds like they left the track, which is
broken
Gage
shock
Hughes.
mount. Yeah, just drove by a second ago, so it looked like he had a broken shock mount or broken shock, as that left rear was just dragging on the ground.
That's so unfortunate, but racing is racing, and that stuff happens. Kyle Cheney has a very sizable lead. It looks like he's pulling away just a little bit. So definitely. The first lap coming around, he had let me see, it's clicking around right now because people are going through the timing loops. But it was like a 2-point-something second lead.
I can't think of, at this moment, this second, I can't think of anything, anywhere else I'd rather be than right here.
I know, we have the best seat in the house.
Oh, yeah. Perfect temperature, the beautiful clouds, blue sky, racing on the track. Kyle Cheney up front, a battle for second.
Kyle Cheney broke the speed, the
lap record.
156. Where'd it go? It left on me.
And the thing is, I don't think he's done yet, because this track is just going to get better as the race goes on.
A 156.330, but he is pulling away, like you can tell by looking at on course, because Scott Champion is now 3.54 seconds behind Kyle Cheney.
How much is second and third, the battle?
Yeah, Cody Martin's only 0.5.
Whoa, they're side by side for second. Going down into the rhythm section.
Oh, they're up in Talladega turn right now. That's Scotty Champion and Cody Martin.
Just a second ago, they were side by side. We'll see if...
Well, Cody Martin has now taken that second spot over from Scotty Champion.
Outside exit, entrance, inside exit. Nothing to make up there.
Yeah, and the eighth on, they have quite a race going on as well. I'll have to try to catch their car numbers when they come by next time. Wow.
Kyle Cheney still has a sizable lead. Oh boy, it seems like it's almost doubled.
It looks
from
like
what
what's
it was.
going to happen as long as Cheney stays where he's at. second and third keeps battling. The race is going to be in second and third position.
Yeah.
That's where the race is going to be. Woo, that was a good jump.
No other car handles like his. And he knows the right people to get help from.
Well, his mechanic is standing right next to you.
Yeah.
I know. We have
he's down. He's right below me, and he's tapping his finger on his bicep. He's got his arms crossed, and he's tapping. No
That's
radio.
Mr. Jason Watt. He's
Yeah.
a great. Yeah.
No radio, no nothing, but he's watching. Oh, look at the side.
All right. Now we have.
Listen to his cars. We went by. No, listen to these guys. There's burping that throttle. There's lifting in that throttle. Kyle didn't do that.
Right.
I'm talking about that left-hand sweeper past the start-finish line.
And that's why there's now a 5.860 second in the gap between first and second place.
What's the lap time like from last time?
1:55. So he's even picked it up even more.
Told you he would. This track has still got some coming in to go. Yeah.
Yep. Tracks usually get faster as the race goes on. All right, Kobe Caraway. It looks like Kobe Caraway right there and Ryan Tewksbury are neck and neck as well. Oh, and we have somebody pulling off race course right here.
31, 30, no, 36 or 38. I can't quite tell.
Let's see if I can get that for you.
Sounds like it's number 38. I'm listening to race control.
Okay, so 38 is, that is Zach Beavers. Yeah, there's lots of racing action going on, though. You can still see over there, I just saw Ryan Tewksbury. Ryan Tewksbury and Kobe Caraway were definitely neck and neck just now still. And it looks like what's going on right now, Cody Martin's pulling away from Scotty Champion.
Yeah, by quite a bit, actually. Probably 12, 15 car lengths at this point.
Not sure if he might be having something going down, tire or something, because usually you can feel that. But right there, that is Kobe Caraway in front of Ryan Tewksbury. Both in a Can-Am, but Kobe Caraway is in a single-seat Can-Am.
Now watch the line that
there's
our leader
Cheney.
takes right. Yeah, he's not even anywhere near where the dirt is wet. Nowhere near. He's in a completely dry area.
Well, he's got that line down.
Well, you'd think that where that line is between moisture and where it's dry, that's that little what you call berm almost that you want to run on.
Right.
Put that left rear right there. He's not anywhere near it. He's completely in the dry part of the track.
He's got a plan. And there's your Kanan Baker. He's right behind Ryan Tewksbury.
Yeah,
in that number 81.
Kanan made up a lot of ground on the last lap.
He did. He's up in 7th position right now.
He was actually dead last on the first lap and kind of like took it easy, it appeared. Like either
I mean, look at it. It's a three-way battle right now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Between Kobe Caraway, Ryan Tewksbury, and Kanan Baker. But on screen right there, I believe that was Scotty Champion, I believe. They're on screen right there. That is Kyle Cheney.
Yep. But we're getting the wrong names across the...
I'm not even looking at that. So we just had Kyle Cheney right there on screen. That is Cody Martin, and behind him is Scotty Champion. So now they're heading into that Ultimax Spillway.
I can't help but think that our leader had a fast lap this time around. It's going to be quicker than the last time.
We shall see what happens.
He was on it. It seemed to be faster this time down the backstretch than the last lap. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Wow, I just watched Scotty Champion go off that last jump before he makes the left-hand turn to go into the raceline ridge. He was launched.
White flag is out for Kyle Cheney all by himself. Probably maybe, 3.5, 4 second gap back to second?
Let's see. I'll tell you in just one moment.
Oh!
A 7.76.
I just got his 8.49 from the mechanic.
Well,
you looked at me and held it up, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
He's got a big cheesy grin on his face right now. Come on, boy, keep those tires with airing them and keep the rubber down.
He might have a car in possession, Mr. Jason Watt, that one of the cars we're looking at for Mr. Hank. So this is going to be a race to the finish for some of these people. Getting some laps in. That was the 41 just now going through the start finish of Jeb Boodle, the young man in that Yamaha. Ryan Tewksbury has still behind Kobe Caraway, Kanan Baker. That is a three-way race right there.
Yeah, Tewksbury pulled away probably about 4 car lengths in the last lap.
And they're battling for a 4th, 5th, and 6th position.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you see Ryan Tewksbury was almost in a bicycle there.
Here comes Kyle Cheney into sight. Nice and smooth, keeping it clean. One tabletop, nice. Long straightaway. Is he going to lift? Maybe a real little bit.
It looks like he's bucking a little bit. I call it a donkey kick, so he's donkey kicking just a little bit.
I'm looking down at the mechanic. He's right below us. He's like, okay, twirling his finger. Come on, bring it home. Bring it home. Here he comes.
You got Cody Martin in that number 2 position. Scotty Champion in that 3rd position. They're in the last turn before they come through our start-finish line.
Lap traffic. Will he make the pass to go? Yeah, he does. Kyle Cheney, winner of round number 2 in the Can-Am. Oh, man. Can you be any more confident? Can you be any more just in tune with your car? You know what? He sits real low in that car.
Yes.
Real low.
And
his
he did
helmet.
take the sight lap.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. His helmet barely peeks over the side door of the car. Well, the thing is, he doesn't talk a lot.
Right.
He kind of watches. He's got those kind of evil eyes, you know. Somebody you don't want to upset.
Right.
Somebody you don't want to upset. But the thing is, what I'm getting at is he comes to the line. I didn't see him moving his head side to side like he wanted to talk to somebody or shield up.
Oh, you get in your mode.
He has his race fade on. Everybody else goes out and does the sight lap. He sits there.
Yes.
And he's watching them do the sight lap.
Exactly.
They all come get in line. Green flag drops. He pulls the whole shot and runs away with it.
Exactly. All right, and it's Mr. Miles Hasselquist is down trackside with our winner, Mr. Kyle Cheney. He's going to get his emotion. This is not Kyle's first time on the box, but
if there is any emotion.
There's emotion, but down to you, Miles.
So down here with Mr. Kyle Cheney, you have been on a roll the last few seasons. You won your heat today. You won your main. You got to be stoked.
Yeah, my car got out of the gate good, and I think that was my key to winning today for sure. A couple guys behind me were really fast, putting in some good lap times, and I was just kind of watching them, make sure I could keep my distance, just in case I did make a mistake. I had enough to regain, and I just held my distance and was easy on the car all race. My freaking Can-Am did awesome. Fox shocked. The car was great today. I couldn't ask for a better car, and the track was prepped great too.
So I want to ask you just a question. So the HMF hole shot you got, this thing was popping and sputtering. What are you doing?
This one was not popping and sputtering. This one was, I thought it was going to pop and sputter, but I about started burning the belt. My launch control was not working. I thought it was, and I tried it like and it didn't work, so I just had to take off regular without launch control.
Okay, I heard somebody down there, but you got the whole shot, and like you said, you and Scotty battled early. Martin was in the mix, but you got out front early, never looked back. So who else helped you get on top of the box?
Like Evo Power Sports for sure. Raceline Wheels, HMF definitely helped me get out of the hole there. Yokohama tires, Can-Am, factory UTV skid plates, AIM, SSI graphics. CT Racehorse for building the car. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you guys for having a great event for us to race.
Yeah, so you've raced all over the place and lots of success, but here at Mid-America Outdoors, it's just something different. What do you think about the not even just the track, what about the park itself?
Yeah, no, the park itself is second to none. I mean, it's a great place to bring your family or, whatever. There's something for everybody to do. No one's going to sit here bored, that's for sure.
There's a lot of stuff going on, but that's what it's all about. Like you said, family affair. It's a great time. But again, you got top of the box in your heat. Now you're top of the box for your main race. This is round 2, so heading into the season early, it's looking good for you.
We had some bad luck first round. Well, whatever. Well, this is the second round. First round, we did not do good. I think I ended up like 11th. We had some issues. But, it's all for a championship. We get a throwaway, so hopefully we could just keep knocking out podiums and be there in the championship hunt at the end.
Well, Kyle Cheney, always a class act. Congrats on that, and it's been a great day. We're going to give some awards away here in just a little bit, so I'll let you head on over that way. But, again, Kyle Cheney, top of the box. Congratulations, buddy. So while we get everything reset and do some awards, we'll going to talk to some of our amazing marketing partners. We'll be right back after this.
No matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzillas definitely are second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
Upgrading. It's what we do. So upgrading is what we did. Introducing the IQ equipment lineup powered by HMF. Designed for the most adventurous side-by-sides in the world, IQ equipment has the strength to tackle the off-road head-on. Bolt-on, American-manufactured steel. Engineered to increase strength, durability, and protection, so you're equipped to handle the most extreme performance. When you're ripping through the desert at full throttle, or tearing through some of the most brutal terrain in the world, you're going to need equipment that keeps you moving at a high level. Because when you have the performance, and you have the protection, you then have the confidence to actively pursue your passions, just as freedom was intended to be. HMF, equipped to perform.
Championship series. It's been a great day of racing, a lot of fun, a lot of action. I know I had a great time, but go ahead and let's close out the day.
Absolutely. The weather was perfect. The sky was beautiful. Look at the sky right now even. The puffy clouds, great racing, super cool people. What a facility. You know what? This is definitely a destination, definitely on a bucket list. If it isn't before, or if it wasn't before, it better be now. The next race, don't forget you can be here. It's Memorial Day weekend. Something tells me, we talked about this earlier.
It's a long ways away.
No, it's not. It's not.
I know it's not.
But May 20th, 29th, Memorial Day weekend, heat racing on Saturday, mains on Sundays, which tells me something special is going on there. And then also the round 4, June 18th, July 14th and 15th. We're talking about Visions. Everybody talks about rounds 3, 4, 5. But you know what? They also talk about Visions in the same breath.
Well, Visions, that's the day that we're racing, but Visions actually is taking place
all
the 13th
week long.
through the 17th.
Yeah. And then September 3rd and 4th, Labor Day weekend, another big race a weekend, as well as October 1st. And then the championship finals. Go to our website, check out the whole schedule. There's so much going on. These guys, keep in mind, are chasing $375,000 in total purse for the season.
And
that's uncalled.
Exactly. And download the Mid-America app, because right there you can click on live streaming directly from the app, and it'll take you right to the YouTube and watch us live.
Yeah. So on behalf of the entire crew here, the entire staff of the facility, Tiffany Stone, Miles Hasselquist, my partner right here, Pam Hall, I'm Scott Rain. We'll see you in a couple weeks right here on May 28th to 28th, Memorial Day weekend at Mid-America Outdoors.